Thanks for buying some room.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
For the 13th time in the history of North Dakota high school hockey, the Eagles from Davies and Magi from Minot High get together on the frozen pond. Today we're in Fargo, North Dakota at the Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli for the call on the PSP Network as the East and West collide in this North Dakota high school hockey matchup. Good afternoon and welcome into our Shields pregame show. Shields, home to gear, passionate sports, so much more than all of that, from fishing to fashion, whatever your passion. Shop at Shields, find them online as well, shields.com. It's the Davies Eagles that come into this one tonight with a record of 9-1 overall on the year. The Magi come in with a record of 6-5 on the season. And you look at these two teams, what they've done as of late, well, Davies has done nothing but win all the way up until earlier on this week when Red River beat them handily 5-1. The Magi on the other side, well, they come off of the Christmas break where they went out and got thumped by some of the top teams in Minnesota, including Roseau, where they lost 9-0. They come home and they beat Century earlier on this week to complete the season sweep at 6-3. Tonight, these two teams, number 1 out of the West region, that's the Magi, takes number 2 out of the East, the Davies Eagles. Should be a good one. Thanks again for joining us this afternoon. Let's bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli, for the call. Little trivia right out of the gate for you here today. in the 12 previous matchups with Davies and Minot High. Any idea how many wins the Magi have coming in to this matchup here tonight? And I'll give you a hint. It's not a whole lot.
I didn't think so. I think it's been probably a tough goal for Minot.
Two total. And one of them came at the state high school hockey tournament, which was a big one in the opening round back in 2017. So there has been some success in this building, but as of late, it's the East region that is just so powerful for these West teams and so much power to contend with. It just seems like we're trending back that way again. What do these East versus West matchups in your mind do for a West region team like Minot High? How do you approach a game like this against one of the top teams in the state and one of the best in the East region conference?
Well, I mean, anytime you can play the Eastern teams, it's going to benefit you down the road for the state tournament, but the WDA and the state tournament. But like the older days, Minot used to play the Eastern school. The Western played the Eastern schools. It seemed like a lot more often. Where now you added some teams to the West, so that, of course that cuts into your non-conference games. But it's too bad that they couldn't. High school couldn't get together, the high school association, and figure out how they could play a few more games, especially against like these guys. The Eastern guys are lucky because they have so many teams close by them, and they're good competition. Minot, it's the travel. You're going to have to basically go 3 to 4 hours away to get some good solid competition like Fargo Davies.
Well, and we found out, as we already knew, of course, being from North Dakota, that winter weather sometimes isn't a whole lot of fun to be involved in. And I know some of the parents were saying today that the roads down weren't exactly great, so that means that the roads home probably won't be either. But you pose some of those questions and things like that when you look at scheduling and you look at trying to change this. We could go on a completely different rant on that whole thing with a two-tiered system and Davies and Minot being in the same tier, playing a little bit more against each other. Let's go one step back and another step to the left on this deal. How big is today for both these teams? Maybe bigger for Davies than it is for Minot, or maybe bigger for Minot than it is for Davies. How do you look at that?
Well, I mean, you start to get into that, dive into the second half of the season. The games they're all important, but Davies is coming off a loss against the top team with Red River, and I'm sure that's still stinging for them. And going unbeaten against before they played Red River. And Minot had a good game the other day, but you want to kind of start to try to get on a roll. I mean, getting in closer to these the region tournaments, and that's when you start to want to play your best hockey. These are good tests for both, especially for Minot, and it's probably more of a measuring stick, I would say, for Minot to see where they're at against a top Eastern team. Davies, yeah, sure. They're probably said it's after a tough game on Thursday nights against Red River. They're probably going to not come out in a real good mood. So it's like where Minot is probably going to be more of there shouldn't be any pressure on Minot. I think that helps us. But then again, you're on the road too. Anytime you have a longer road trip, they were in Grand Forks last night, stayed overnight. So now you get here, you got to get loosened up and get ready to go. So Davies, they probably just want to say, okay, let's put Thursday night past us and get on to a fresh start here.
Matt, let's take a look at the high school hockey standings in North Dakota. They're delivered by NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com for all the stats, the standings, the recaps, schedules, you name it. Points leaders, it's NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com. Big thank you to Bob Gillen at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com for continuing to do what he does, and that's promoting our athletes on the ice with the boys and girls high school hockey. Let's look at the East region first. Red River moves into the top spot with 22 points after their win over Davies. They're 7-1 in conference play, 9-1 overall. So's Davies. Somehow Davies has one less point at 21 instead of the 22 that Red River has on the season. Fargo North, they're number 3 right now with 13 points on the year. South Shanley with 12 points on the year is number 4. Grand Forks Central 4-2-1 for the Knights. They've got 11 points, and now we're starting to see some parity in the East region where it's not just a one-horse race each and every year, which sometimes it is with Central and Red River, but more teams in the mix here with West Fargo at number 6. They've got 8 points on the year. Grafton Park River with 3 points, Cheyenne with 3, and Devil's Lake with 0 on the season. Mayville Portland not playing a schedule. So again, Davies number 2 in the East region takes that number 1 Minot down to the west as we turn our attention to the west side of North Dakota. And the Magi sit on a record of 6-5 overall. They're 5-2 on the season. Both their losses come in the extra session, so they still managed 2 points out of it. And they have 23 total on the season. 19 for Bismarck High, currently sitting in second. Jamestown was 17, 13 for Legacy. Mandad took one last night over Williston, and a shocker there again. Leif Manson's crew picks up one against the Coyotes. That's Mandad now up to 11 on the season. Botner Rugby's got 10, 8 for Dickinson, 8 for Williston. Century in the bottom of the barrel, they're number 9 at 1-8 on the season, and Hazen-Beulah 0-10 on the season. There's a look at the North Dakota High School Hockey.com standings from across North Dakota. When we come back to our Shields pregame show, we're going to take a further dive into this matchup as we head down to the locker rooms and talk to both coaches before the matchup here today as the Eagles from Davies get ready for the Magi from Minot High, live from the Farmers Union Insurance Center here at Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Hope you're ready for a good Saturday afternoon of North Dakota High School hockey. Let's talk to the coaches. We'll do that next on the Shields pregame show. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. It's now time for the Tires Plus Coach's Corner. We're joined by the Davies head coach, Mr. Nate Metcalf, here in year number 3. First of all, Coach, happy Saturday. Thanks for some time here today.
Thanks for having me.
Should be a fun one here today in an East versus West showdown. But first, let's talk about the last matchup for you guys, the Davies team that was leading the East region. You ran into Red River earlier on this week, and you saw Red River come out with a 5-1 victory. Your thoughts on that hockey game and what the East region really has to offer this year? Obviously, there's some power across the board.
Yeah, Thursday's game there, that was our first game off the break. We're off for, a little over 2 weeks. Red River played earlier in the week. No excuses. Red River, they just came out and grinded us away. It was a close game for 2 periods, and they just kind of ran away with it.
It's interesting to see the West region and the parity in the West with teams on any given night, upsets here and there, and you can't even call them upsets anymore. Touch on the East region just a little bit. I mean, that parity isn't there this year. It seems like there's just a few more teams in the mix with the Fargo North, maybe in the South. I mean, can you touch on that for us, the East region overall?
Yeah, I think the East region, I want to say there's even 6 teams. Even throw Cheyenne in there, can pick some teams off. West Fargo Packers, they can be sneaky too. They work real hard. So, I mean, you have 1 through 7. I think all those games are going to be tight. There's no real easy ones anymore. So it's good to see.
How do you look at these West region matchups? And I mean this with all the respect in the world, but it's no secret that the East versus West, there's really a David and a Goliath here in this situation. How do you view a matchup with Minot today from a season standpoint, I guess?
Well, yeah, I mean, you look at the scoreboards from previous games and you see records and all that, but really you throw it out because there's not a whole lot of cross-region games. We had a couple against Bismarck's. So I really don't know anything about Minot. They lost some kids, and obviously the kids come up from Bantam, so it's prepare for them just like we're playing any team in the East.
You've got some guys on your club that are pretty special. Touch on Barron Stibbe. This is a kid that obviously looks to be maybe a next-level guy.
Yeah, Barron, he's had a really good year. He's quick, shoots a puck. That whole line just super aggressive. They play real fast. They can be tough to defend and just kind of overwhelm the other teams at times.
Best of luck here in this one today. We sure appreciate your time, Coach, and best of luck the rest of the way as well.
Thank you.
I don't know. Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz, zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, So it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
To our Shields pregame show and the Tires Plus Coaches Corner. All brands under one roof with the guaranteed lowest prices and their service after the sale with the Tires Plus plan. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. John Grubb, here in year number 8. John, first of all, welcome back to one of our favorite arenas, I'd have to assume, the Shields Arena. We've had some pretty good luck here. How are things going today?
Not too bad. On the wrong side today, but yeah, a place we love.
This is a venue that houses one of the top teams in the East Region, however. They're 7-1 in East Region play, 9-1 overall. Fargo Davies seems to be quite a buzzsaw. What do you expect out of the Eagles here today?
I know they're really fast. Just watching them over the last couple of years. They can really skate, and they're always a really physical hockey team.
Minot's done a nice job targeting certain players to shut them down inside the West Region. Today you go against a kid in Baron Stibbe. Is there a big emphasis on shutting that line down here today? Do you do a lot of matching in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's our top line. Cam Bollinger's a really good hockey player, too, and he kind of runs that show a little bit. And, you know, that's just one line, though. Their second and third lines will be extremely good, so it's just going to be up to each group to, you know, try to outplay the guy across from them.
You guys get a win over Century earlier on this week. How big was that victory on home ice? You sweep the Patriots this year.
I think it was good. I mean, I think it's one of those series you always want to win, and you know, both teams lost a lot of kids last year, and they lost a little more than we did, but they're always so well coached, and they work extremely hard that those games can go any way from the start, and it was nice to come out on top of 2 of them this year.
Tonight starts a rush for you guys of 8 of the next 9 are on the road. Man, the schedule doesn't favor the Magi very well for home competition, but what do you take into this road series here of the next 8 out of 9?
Well, I think it's good. I think it's good team building. Just this trip, we stopped and watched the UND game last night, and the kids are on the bus, and they're around each other a lot, and I think it really gets you into the swing of the hockey season because you're practicing and playing and just things keep rolling along, not a lot of breaks, and it's fun to play a lot of hockey.
I got to ask you, I had a chance to sit next to you at that UND hockey game last night. Did you ever score against North Dakota when you played for Wayne State University back in your days?
Luckily I did. We get the one game we got to play here over the holidays. Actually got a shorthanded goal on a breakaway, so it's a pretty good experience to come back, and it's fun watching Cody Haskinen from Davies last night be the captain of Cornell and come back and have some success in his home state. It's just neat to see North Dakota kids on the ice.
Awesome. That goal for you is kind of like the treasure I found in red pepper last night. Fantastic at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Got to love that. John, what's one key today if you guys want to come away with a victory against a very powerful East Region opponent today?
In the last couple seasons when we've played good hockey teams, we've taken about the first 10 minutes off of the hockey game before we decided, maybe we can play with these guys. So us to come out and have that good first, third of the first period, and then make that second, third be really good at the first period and see where we're at. And, then you get into the swing of the game, then it becomes a good hockey game. But it seems like when we played good opponents lately, we've gotten down. Then once the game was kind of out of reach, we played pretty good hockey the rest of the way. So we need to figure out how to be better off the start.
Sure appreciate you. Best of luck here today.
Thanks.
That's John Grubb, co-head coach of the Magi. When we come back, George Shields pregame show will dive further into this matchup tonight. The Eagles from Davies at 9-1, the Magi at 6-5. It's North Dakota High School hockey on the PSP Network. The East and West collide today at Farmers Union Insurance Center here at Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our Shields pregame show. It's just about showtime here from Fargo, North Dakota, alongside a former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux and former Minot High magician Matt Morelli. I'm Nick Hulberg. This is the Shields pregame show. Shields for gear, passion, and sports. So much more than just that. That's Shields. From fishing to fashion, shop all of your needs, from sporting goods to clothing, hunting, and fishing gear, and more. At Shields of Minot, again, they bring you the pregame show today as the Eagles from Davies enter the ice surface, waiting on the Magi from Minot High, a team that comes off a recent victory over Bismarck Century. 2 players for the Magi net hat tricks earlier on this week. Something that you don't see very often. How long has it been since you've seen 2 guys score a hat trick in the same game, Matt? I mean, it's been quite a while for me. I can't even tell you the last time that I remember seeing that.
You don't see a lot of hat tricks in just a single hat trick. But yeah, that was a good. I mean, that's good for Minot. Now you get, like I said, now they're going to have a real test today. They've got to really probably step it up, and everything's going to have to be better, quicker, making smarter decisions. I think we've got to stay out of the box. I don't think you want to get in the habit of taking bad penalties and giving these guys an opportunity for power plays.
Well, you look at who comes into this matchup today for the Magi and where we're sitting in the points scheme of things after those 2 hat tricks. The one came from Esslinger. He was our player of the game the other night. Morelli was the other one that netted 3 in that contest. Morelli leads the Magi in scoring with 16 points on the season. That comes to the tune of 8 goals and 8 assists on the year. 12 for Zach Deal, having a good senior campaign. 3 goals, 9 assists for Wheeler Dealer. 7 points on the year for Briggs Pickard on the back end. You've got 8 for Ben Swankstu, 7 for Kelton Esslinger now, 11 for Jaden Luck, the captain of the Magi, 8 on the year for Jackson Bradley, and 9 for Brock Jones on the season. The Magi have some players getting the job done up front and finding a way to score. On the other side today, we see the Davies Eagles. Head coach Nate Metcalf is in his 3rd year. The Davies Eagles are a team that has some of the top talent in the state of North Dakota. One of them is Baron Stibbe. 19 points on the year for Stibbe. He's got 14 goals on the season, Matt, and that's a pretty high number when you look at what he's been able to do on the year. Bollinger has 14 points. He's an All-East Region selection from a year ago. Stibbe, of course, All-EDC as well. 12 points for Easton Rarick and 17 points for Christian Kankelfritz. There's the players to watch for in this matchup today. Those players to watch for brought to you by our friends at Magic City Inspections. Magic City Inspections, a locally owned company committed to providing exceptional inspection services to ensure you're ready to take the next step in your home ownership. Find them online, ModernInspections.com. Time to take a look at our goaltender matchup here today. That's delivered today by our friends at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, Saturdays 8:30 to 3. The UPS store, the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all of your packing and shipping needs. Today, the Fargo Davies Eagles go with the netminder in Trent Weinke. 9-1 on the season. He's got 4 shutouts on the year, 5 in his career. 90% save percentage last year. He's bumped that number up to a 92% on the season with a 1.47 goals against average. He has been good. He's only given up 14 goals on the year in 9.5 games played. Obviously, the kid is a showstopper. He's going to be getting the call today for the Eagles. For the Magi, they go with Noah Conklin. 8.79 save percentage and a 2.91 goals against average. He's gone 6-5 in his senior campaign. He's played all 11 games for the Magi. He's seen 280 shots. He's given up 34 goals on the season, which is still impressive when you look at the number of games played. Both of those kids are going to have to be big in this one today. And Conklin, especially early on against the power of Fargo Davies, I would have to assume.
I think you get a couple saves under your belt early and get some confidence. You're ready to go. And, yeah, Davies has got a lot of offense, a lot of speed. So Minot's going to have to be, like I said, be smart in their own zone and get things, make quick decisions before something bad happens.
Time to salute our country with our nation's national anthem. When we come back, it's puck drop time. The Magi and the Eagles from Fargo this afternoon on the PSP Network.
Carson, timeout.
Who calls a timeout in this game?
Me, I'm icing the kicker.
Really?
It'll give us more time to talk about First Western Bank and Trust,
Like our convenient online banking.
along with smart trust service options.
We're all about hometown service with bankers that know you and the community.
Okay, go ahead and kick.
I don't believe this.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
Well, it is showtime from Fargo, North Dakota for North Dakota High School hockey here this afternoon. The opening faceoff delivered by 701 Realty and Andrew Goodmanson. Here's a quick drive off the draw. Davies didn't wait long to come into the zone. That one fired from Kankelfritz, and the goalpost was hit. Minot High's in maroon today. Davies is in white. Minot High from the right to the left. The Eagles from the left to the right for the first and the third. And the Eagles push the pressure early. They're backhand. Here's a drive. Oh, quick whistler from Cam Ollinger. He fired it out towards the net. Minot High walking into a buzzsaw early on today. And you see that speed of Davies that John Grubb was talking about in our pregame show, brought to you by Shields here this afternoon. Puck comes back away, and drive coming in. That one from Stibbe. He was pushed out of the ice, and the Magi worked to center with the freshman Matt Morelli. Morelli in the top 15 in North Dakota in points scored on the season. Up to center and Cubs. Eagles are back in with it. They're going to carry towards the Minot High goal. Down to the corner it went. It's going to be taken out of the corner, worked out back in front of the net, pushed out towards Conklin. Away it comes down. It's worked back away from Bollinger, down to the corner. It's worked away from Stibbe, spins it all the way to the far side line. Up it comes from Fryer. The Magi are out with it, and Luck says, I've got some speed of my own, and he carries into the zone. Luck moves it ahead, trying to move it over to Morelli, takes it now. He'll fire on Eagles shot. Wimpkin makes the stop there, and the Eagles push back to center again. They cross over with Job Fryer. He's going to carry in and fire. Conklin makes his first save of the game, a minute 28 in. Good pace early. Fargo Davies certainly can fly.
Well, they can, and Minot's got to probably do a little bit better job of figuring out what they're going to do on these when Davies gets the puck and they turn it over quick, and they're so quick that they're getting into our zone almost like an outnumbered situation so quick.
Puck's taken here by the Eagles up top. They work it again with Jack Bollinger. Down to the corner it came from behind the net, sent out in front. That one worked back away up to the line. Eagles working across the blue line. Here's a drive coming. Conklin down into the butterfly. He'll make the save and hang on tight to it. Second shot of the game registered for the Eagles, and Conklin's got his second save of the hockey game. Face off on Noah Conklin, the senior netminder's blocker side. Hansen in on the draw for the Magi, but it's the Eagles that win the possession off the draw, and away it comes over to the far side from Job Friars again. Minot High pushes out to center. They're going to go on the attack in the offensive territory, but it's taken here by the Eagles, who try to clear it up through their own end. On the forecheck for the Magi, this is Swagstu taking it down into the corner, but away with it. Again comes Fryer. He's going to move it away to the near side wing. Chipped it up off the glass. Did Rarick, and Rarick sends it all the way down. Our first icing brought to you tonight by our friends at Roger Ward Moving and Storage, helping Minot and the surrounding areas with their moving and storage needs since 1942. RogerWardMovingandStorage.com.
Yeah, like you're saying, good pace so far. It's kind of wide open right now. It's nice to see Conk get a couple good saves, really get some confidence for him.
Off the draw, the offensive zone. The puck's taken here by the Eagles. They're going to work it up to center. They push across. Bradley chips at it, comes back away to Deal, and Deal's going to dump it down into the corner. In after it. Wimp comes out of the net to play it. He goes over to the far side. And Minot High's on the retrieve back in their own territory. But look at the speed coming down here from Grant Matter. And an icing was called to the play with 14:27. How about last night at the North Dakota matchup with Cornell? Number 14, Cornell takes down number 5, North Dakota, by the way, in a late surging third period. A tradition at the Ralph Engelstad Arena, you don't sit down until the first whistle in the hockey game. They went just about 6 minutes or over 6 minutes to start last night.
Yeah, that was a long time without a whistle for sure.
People were starting to look around wondering what was going to happen next if they weren't going to get a whistle at all. I was thinking to myself the same thing. I don't want to be the only guy to sit down in the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Here's a drive from the line from Bradley. That one sticked down there by Wimcomb out in front. Here's Jones driving a save. Big stop out front. And an excellent opportunity, point-blank chance on the second shot of the game for the Magi. They had a great opportunity there, and Jones carries back in with it. He's off to Morelli. Morelli, toe drag. Oh, what a move. Shot came in. Wimcomb made the stop, and down to the corner it went.
Oh, nice opportunity. Well, you see mine, it's kind of settled down a little bit. Now we're getting a little bit of pressure, which is good.
Back the other way into the offensive zone for Davies. They dump it down. Comes back away to the near side wing. Bradley fired it up. Came away to Bollinger. Bollinger takes it back in behind the net. Work from Stibbe on in front. Here's a drive. That one whistled wide of the cage underneath the goal line now. This is line one against line one, if you will. Comes away to the near side wing. It's tied up. Bollinger out with it. Oh, high riser. That thing was moving and grooving. Goes back away to the far side wing underneath the goal line. Fancy with it down and deep. Sent down there by Kenkel Fritz, and it's all the way down 200 feet by the Eagles on their own accord. Comes back to Kenkel Fritz into the zone. Stibbe carries in. Swagstu got into him. We're down to 13:05 to play in the opening period. First International Bank and Trust scoreboard still reading scoreless early on in this one. Here's Swagstu up to center. He's got Deal with him. Swagstu's in over the line, and an offsides is called with 12:55 to play in the opening period. Nobody on the board yet, but each team exchanging an opportunity early in this one.
A couple nice chances by both sides. That's good. And if, you see mine, I think they just get that first shift under your belt. There's no reason to be nervous. Just get out there and make some plays, and make a nice get the forecheck going and play the body. Sometimes you maybe need to get hit to wake up, or either get hit or make a good hit.
Off the draw in front of the bench of Nate Metcalf, the head coach of the Davies Eagles. We appreciated him for joining us earlier on tonight. Super nice guy. Third year as the head coach of the Eagles, by the way. He's from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Ended up playing his junior hockey inside the USHL. He actually played against John Grubb back in the day in the USHL days, back in the late 1990s, early 2000s. Puck comes down to the corner. Stibbe's hit after it, worked it away to the far side, taken underneath the goal line, worked out here underneath. Taken by Esslinger. He tried to clear it out. Didn't get much on that opportunity to clear it. Comes away over to Deal on the near side. He's trying to brush it free out of the zone, but it's held in and pushed in by Cam Bollinger. Bollinger's got 14 points out of the year. He had 32 last year. An all-EDC player from a year ago. This one's iced down by the Magi. They'll probably take that here with 12:04 left in our opening period, still scoreless.
Most of the time, there's nothing wrong with an icing. Get some fresh guys out there. And high school's got that rule where you can make changes. So in a way, it's not a bad thing. Most of the time, you're not going to get mad at the guys for doing that.
Blocker side of Conklin. Davies number 2 in the East region. They were number 1 until Thursday night when Red River beat them. Red River's tough to tangle with. Davies went undefeated up until that point in the year. EDC's got some parity again this year, the top 6 in the East region. Sounds like anybody can go on any given night into the win column, and that makes things pretty interesting when you look at the forecast of what's going to happen coming towards state and East region tournament time. No different in the West region. Last night you saw Mandan take down Williston and the Williston Coyotes. No offense to anybody on the far west side of the state, but have officially made me look like a complete goober with trying to pick who the top team in North Dakota is on the west side. I had them as number 1. I'm sure Johnson Company are going to have those guys put in a direction that they want by tournament time. They do have some guns out there. We're going to get a good look at them on Tuesday. Matt and I will travel to Williston to watch the Coyotes host the Magi on Tuesday evening from the Agra Ice Arena in Williston, North Dakota. Into the offensive zone. Here come the Eagles. They're carrying it down. Bradley got a stick in the way of that. They're the long reach of the junior. Bradley plays a factor. Out to center it comes. The Magi have a 2-on-4 into the zone. It's Luck in with it. He's going to try to work it across over to Jones. It was taken away out in front off the stick there of Easton Rarick. And the Magi are back in. Jones trying to drop it off to Luck. Got it to him. Oh, he fired. Didn't get all of it. It went wide. Puck comes back up top. Taken here across the blue line. Bouncer over to Jones. And Jones will send it back into Matt Morelli. Morelli's on the near side wing, went back away to the far side, up to center. Here come the Eagles up over the center ice stripe, and Luke Lorenz will hammer that one in from center. Lorenz, the sophomore, with 5 points on the year for the Eagles. Underneath the net, away to the far side, pushed down, goes off a Luck in the far side corner. Underneath the goal line, underneath the bottom of the circle, almost to the goal line, I should say. This one into the glove of Conklin on the high floater, kind of like a fly ball, and the stop of the play with 10:08 left in the first.
Yeah, take that whistle. Getting back to that offensive zone play there, I think Minot's doing a nice job of kind of getting in the, blocking the lanes or kind of clogging up those shooting lanes for Davies. And Davies has got that speed. Keep him to the outside. Usually good things happen. You just keep him to the outside. That's a lot less things of bad happening from out there.
Have you seen a team in the West region that resembles the speed that we've seen early on from Davies? This is probably the quickest team that Minot High, including us, have seen so far of the year. Is that a fair statement in your mind?
These guys are really quick. These are like when we were playing Roseau. It's going to be new. It's going to be a tough test for Minot. They just, so far so good. Let's keep on going and play it safe. Get on the play, just dump it down deep.
Buck's taken here by the Eagles with some patience. Moving it ahead forward was Cresson. Cresson moved it ahead. Minot High had to touch up on the delayed onside, and here comes Cresson, the big man, sends that one down back in behind Conklin. He was warming up before the matchup here tonight. Cresson, see if we can get a height on this kid. He is a monster here for the Davies Eagles. Back in behind, 9:23 left in the first.
They've got some size. Davies has got a lot of height and a lot of size compared to Minot.
Don't have his height down here, so I do apologize. He's big, we'll just put it that way. How about that? 9:08 left in the first. Up to center, the puck comes across the center ice stripe. Hammered down in behind Conklin and back on the retrieve for the Magi. It's going to be taken. They worked here by Schuster. He got the game winner in the JV matchup earlier, and it was on a penalty shot. How do you like that for some heroism earlier on here today? Oh, big hit on the far side. There is a big boy collision on the far side. That was 24 Brock Madsen that went down to the ice after the hit. Puck comes back away here from Bollinger. Moves it across the blue line. Freed from Luck up to Jones into the offensive zone. It comes and back on the retrieve for the Eagles. They're in after it away to the far side. They'll push it into their offensive zone in on Conklin. And Conklin is going to go down and drop it off where he goes over to Radke. Radke reverses it, comes to Bradley on the near wing. Bradley up the near wall, pushed up over the red line. Now it's going to be tied up in between the blue and red lines here right in front of the penalty box. All the seating on one side here at Shields Arena's Farmers Union Insurance Center. Great facility for hockey, by the way, offsides a call.
Real nice building. Getting back to Minot, these guys with the physical play, I think Minot's kind of got to come out hitting like that. I think Davies, they're stinging from that loss the other night, so they're obviously not too happy. And Minot playing the body, I think that's what you got to do. Frustrate them a little bit, get in their way. You don't have to make big hits, but just do enough to slow them down.
Bradley back behind his own net. Puck's taken away here by the Eagles. They've got it again, side of the cage. Now it's Luck with it. Luck goes right through the nose zone, up the middle, taken back here by the Eagles, and they're going to work it back up top where it's Sent across the blue line, back away to the near side. Rarick's got it, he'll hammer it. Back into the corner. Bradley's after it, trying to reach it ahead. Wrapped around out in front, loose there, swept out by Morelli. And it comes away to the near side wing where Mac Morelli tries to clear. He's going to shuffle that one forward up to center. Right back in with it. Here comes Rarick again, and he'll turn and fire towards the net. Missed it on the blocker side. Puck comes back away underneath the cage. Here's Radke off to Morelli. Morelli's going to try to push it free out to center. Roller comes all the way back down where the Eagles go on the retrieve. Back in their own defensive territory. The Eagles will try to move it back here as Morelli had the hit there on Demers, and Hunter Demers, the senior's trying to create some real estate now. He does, works it to the near side, but back in with it. This is Hesslinger moving and grooving in the offensive zone. Hesslinger got it away from Demers. Demers got it back. He'll flip it out to center. Rolls off Archbold and comes back now into the possession of Swagstu. Swagstu at center. Chip forward, comes back up to the line. Moved ahead forward there by the Magi and Cooper. Cooper sends it in. Cooper's got it back at center. He'll fire it down back in behind Wibkin. Comes back in underneath the goal line with 6:26 left in the opening period. Nobody's on the board yet to the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. A good one from Fargo here, and an icing on the Eagles. And Minot High applies some pressure. Good things start to happen for the Magi.
Well, you think like what Coach Grubb said, that first 10 minutes is big for Minot. Get some confidence. We know we can play with these guys. Yeah, they're the top team over here, one of the top teams. But when you're playing somebody good, you just got to step your game up. Everybody's got to be better.
Off the draw, it comes away to the near side, out to center. Kanko Fritz in a 2-on-1, sent it across, diving in the way, and that one was Reed Cooper. Executed nicely on the defensive end from Cooper, the senior D-man. Puck's taken off the glass, wrapped in from behind. Cooper's in after it again. Goes away to the far side wing. Tied up at the half boards. We're at 5:55 to play in the opening period. 7-1 in the East region, 9-1 overall. Davies is a team that has only been at home 3 times on the year. They're 2-1 on the season. Here comes out in front, now back behind. Taken here by the Eagles again. They push up to center as it's going to be wheeled here by Kanko Fritz. He's hit over the red down the blue line. Kanko Fritz is in. Dropped to head forward. Came back away for the Magi. Radke tries to clear it ahead. Radke, far side wing. He had his pocket pick. Kanko Fritz is back in with it. Kanko Fritz tipped it out in front. Here's a drive. Oh, what a save, Conklin. He shut the door out front. The opportunity was there after the toe drag. And Baron Stibbe tried to put home number 20 on the season to the point column. And Conklin said, I don't think so.
Real nice save.
Puck away to the far side. Taken here by the Eagles. They're going to work it back away. Eli Hansen dropped it down into the corner. This is Abrahamson going to work on it. Sent back away into the corner on the near side. Under 5 to play in the opening period. Davies is unbeaten on the road, by the way. They're 7-0 when traveling away from this venue. Minot High, on the other hand, well, they're 2-0 away from home. 3-3 at home and 1-2 in the neutral locations. Minot, with this game here tonight, marks 8 games away from home out of their next 9. Up to center, the puck's going to be chipped out. Minot High waiting in their own territory. Now some real estate coming here from Lockett. He'll just skate it backwards into his own zone where he moves it ahead forward, tried to go up to Bradley, went across to the far side. Eagles have it again. It comes across where Morelli's got it. Morelli works it back over to Bradley again. Bradley with real estate. Back to Morelli. Up to center. Dump and chase for the Magi. Wimkin drops it back in behind the net. Comes around to the near side wing. All the way back up it comes, and it goes back over to the far side, Minot High D territory. Deals it after it for the Magi. Puck's taken here by 12. That's Luke Lorenz, the sophomore. Out to center. That one skips past Luck all the way down. It comes when we have an icing. No, they wave it off. 3:40 to play in the opening period. Nobody on the board on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Here's a drive coming from the line. That one fired in. Luck's got it from behind out of Gretzky's office. Tried to fire forward. Nobody was there, and out to center it comes for Jackson Archbold. Archbold sends it back in behind the net. He's plastered in the corner. A big hit coming there from 23 for the Magi. That's Briggs Pickard. Back underneath. Puck is taken here by Jones, trying to work it up the wall. He does. Unable to clear the zone, but it's Jones now that's got the motor turning. Jones is going to cross over center with it. He'll dump it down. He needed some fresh legs. He sends it in, and the Magi get 5 for 5 fresh skaters with under 3 to play in the first. Puck's chipped ahead. Good flow to the hockey game, by the way, early. Shots are now 6-4 in this contest. Here comes Stibbe. He can motor, carries it in. Stibbe turns and fires towards the net. That one sent wide. Slap shot barreled away there towards Esslinger. He knocked it down. It's freed all the way back up to the point where it comes back away here for the Eagles. And out front, the scrum continues. There's Bollinger trying to take it away from Swangstu. He did. Bollinger putting on a clinic as he weaves through traffic, sends it out front. Stop is made. Kankelfritz on it. So is Deal for the Magi, and Deal just sends it all the way down. And Minot High, will they get the icing they wanted? They will not. 2:17 left here in the opening period. Up to center, the Eagles are going to carry in with it. Puck's taken by Rarick. He's going to fire it down. Cooper's over in the corner, scrumming for the Magi. It's free down to Hansen. Hansen goes to the far side. Chipped underneath the goal line now. It's back away here to Bollinger. Bollinger moved it up, but the Magi take it away, and they push to center where it comes here to the near side. Brock Madsen drops it back, lost a handle on it, and we go back down for Cam Bollinger. 3-on-2 Eagles. They're in with it. Bollinger drop back. Kankelfritz has a lane, turns and fires. Might have got the blocker of the goaltender Conklin. Out in front it comes. Madsen trying to sweep it to the corner. It's going to be freed by the Eagles. They're up top again with Crescent. He'll whistle one high up over the blocker's side. Final 90 seconds of the opening period here today from Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. Scoreless on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard, but the Eagles have some pressure. They're back in behind the Minot High goal. Taken underneath the net, worked away to the far side. Minot High tried to clear it out with Abrahamson. Having some trouble there. Abrahamson still trying to shuffle it out. He does. He just soccers it forward. There's the 1-minute call. It's kind of like the Fighting Hawks game last night. Just a lot of tempo in this one without a doubt. Puck's in front of Conklin. Goes over to the far side. Take it here on the far side wing. Now Bradley's got it, and Bradley's going to work it back off to Cooper. Cooper's going to fire it ahead forward. It's taken away, and here come the Eagles again. Bradley trying to clear it out of there. Now it comes to Jones. Taken and fired right back in by the Eagles. A dump and chase. Final 28 seconds. Conklin was behind the net to stop it. Comes back for Bradley. Bradley, deadly turnover right in front. Oh my goodness, puck came back away to the far side wing. Those are the ones you just can't give up from that situation. Over on the far side wall, final 12 seconds. All right, kids, count them down. We're at 10, now 9, now 8, 7, 6. Hit on Conklin. He's going to push it back to the corner. Bradley's going to eat it back behind the net, and that's how the period's going to come to a close. Scoreless at the end of one tonight here at the Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. The Eagles and the Magi deadlocked in a scoreless hockey game. We'll come back to our Premier Chiropractic intermission report with a full recap of the period. That shouldn't take long. Nobody scored in that opening period. We'll take a look around the state of North Dakota, the other games being played today, and we'll talk to Jordan Willard when we come back. Scoreless at the end of one, a good one here from Fargo this afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the PSP Network. Premier Chiropractic intermission report is next.
Your eyes could talk. They'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
You remember
where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zzz?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
Through one at Farmers Union Insurance Center here at Shields Arena. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call on the PSP Network. And pretty good hockey game early in this one here today. Shots on goal, 8-4. Davies in the leading column of that category here today, but Minot High playing a pretty darn good game. Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report starts now. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the health of Minot and their surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Dr. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, and Dr. Becky Perry-Dombrys can be found at PremierChiropracticND.com. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli here on the call for this one. Matt, if you're the Magi right now in the locker room at the end of one, are you satisfied with that opening period of play?
I think for the most part they are, aside from a few turnovers in our own end. That's a pretty good period for Minot to come out on a long trip out here, and you got to start. You got to play physical. Minot needs to play physical to be successful. They've got to slow these Davies forwards down. They're fast and they turn. We're not getting a lot of pressure, so when the puck turns over in the neutral zone and those guys pick up speed, you've got to bump them, keep them to the outside, make him take the long way, make him dump it in and get in their way without getting interference calls. But if you're Minot, yeah, that's a moral victory. Now just build on it. We had a couple chances. We didn't have a ton, but we probably need it. You talk about those greasy goals. We need one of those. Lucky, greasy, maybe a bounce off somebody's shin pad. We'll take them in because Minot's confidence should be up there. That you're feeling good after a period. But now just don't sit back. You probably woke up Davies a little bit. I'm thinking they'll have probably a good conference with a good visit with the coach, and they're probably thinking, well, but hey, they're coming off a tough one with Red River the other night. So Minot, yeah, keep rolling.
Got to turn the direction there and talk about that for a moment. Nate Metcalf, what do you think that message is in the room? That it's time to put the foot on the gas pedal? I mean, are they completely dissatisfied with that opening period? 8 shots on goal to 4. Just an opportunity to hit the net a whole lot to that first?
I think, well, yeah, and Davies definitely had more quality chances. They had some chances where they should have probably taken a shot. They didn't. They're trying to go for that tic-tac-toe play. But, yeah, I think they want to keep going and keep putting shots on Conklin. But if you're Minot, too, we had a couple of opportunities to shoot the puck, too, and we didn't get a shot off. That fancy, there's nothing wrong with making moves, but boy, when you get into the high slot and the tops of the circle, there's nothing wrong with just putting a shot on net, taking a wrist shot, snapshot, something quick. Sometimes you can catch the goalie when he's not set. They don't have to be pretty. We've said that so many times, but you've got to get those defensemen back into their zone. You don't have a play in the offensive zone, just chip it in the corner. Make their defensemen work. They've got such size. This is a big high school team. I think we've played against some teams that with some size, but these guys, it seems like every other guy is 6 feet tall. So Davies has some guys that are big and really quick.
6:20 away from the start of the second. Scoreless after one tonight to get Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli here on the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Just a quick reminder, there is a North Dakota girls high school basketball matchup on the PSP Network today as well. Bismarck and Minot, number 3 against number 4 in the state for Class A girls basketball. Scott Cattell's got the call of that one live in the Magic City here this afternoon. That one's on the PSP Network as well. Should be a good one from Magic City campus today. There was a big one last night. The Magi boys took down number 1 Bismarck High. That was a good rivalry win for the Magi last night over the Bismarck High Demons. Of course, we can expect that with the schedule for Class A basketball coming up, there's going to be some more good ones coming up in the short future. Make sure to follow and like us on all of our social media platforms. PSP Network, promoting local athletes. Let's take a look now across the state of North Dakota as the Jersey Mike's Subs brings you a look at the top producers in the state of North Dakota. Jersey Mike's Subs, a sub above. Jersey Mike's, where you can vote for this week's Player of the Week. Brought to you by Jersey Mike's. That's on the PSP Network Facebook page. A couple Minot High hockey players up for the award this week. Girls basketball player, the boys basketball player up as well. Descent, Lundy, Morelli, and Esslinger all up for that award. You can vote at the PSP Network. Jersey Mike's brings you the Player of the Week. They also bring this look around the state to the top producers in North Dakota. Carter Spruill from Grand Forks Red Rivers got 24 points. So does Ashton Collins from Williston. They lead the state. Nate Friddle from Fargo North and Owen Branson have 23 and 22 respectively. Zach Bourne from South Shanley's got 22, 21 from Richards for North, and Nolan Niedow from Jamestown with 21 as well. Then you fall to number 8 in the state and Baron Stibbe from Davies. He's held off the score sheet here this first period tonight. He's got 19. When you look at where the other players in this one fall into it, well, Christian Kankelfritz, 17 for him. Minot's Mac Morelli's got 16, and Cam Bollinger has 14. Those are the players in this matchup tonight that are in the top 25 in North Dakota. When we look at the West region for points on the season, Ashton Collins from Williston's got 24 points on the year. Nolan Niedow from Jamestown's got 21. Hunter Aker from Bismarck has 17. Morelli from Minot again with 16, number 4 in the West region, number 18 in the state. Hunter Nelson from Jamestown with 15. Ekblad's got 15 as well. 13 for Carter Bakken. Colton Getzloff, the young man from Botno, the sophomore's got 12. And Zach Deal from Minot, number 7 in the West, number 35 in the state, with 12 on the year in 21-22. Well, let's get ready for our second period of play on the PSP Network. We'll take a break on the Premier Chiropractic Intermission Show. When we come back, we'll face off our second. Minot High and Davies deadlocked at Goose Eggs here this afternoon at the Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. We'll come back with the second period next on the PSP Network.
Thanks for buying some prune.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The best part about working at BNC National Bank is developing relationships.
I love working with people.
We've been here for over 25 years.
We've grown just like our communities we're in.
But we still have that personal connection with our customers.
And that's why we can find the best solutions for them.
It feels great seeing projects around the community and knowing we're a small part of making that happen.
We're helping people buy their first homes.
Plan for the future.
From startups to big business.
We're part of the community.
And we're proud of it.
Yours truly, BNC.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance?
If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.
Well, we put a cap on our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Premier Chiropractic, again, focused on improving the health of Minot and the surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. Find them online, PremierChiropracticND.com. Time for the second period of play here from Fargo this afternoon. If you're just joining us, Davies is in white, Minot is in their maroons. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli are on the call here on the PSP Network. Puck's going to be sent down into the zone on the blocker's side of Conklin. Comes up top. Taken here and fired ahead forward. Puck lays down the near side corner where the Eagles go to work on the offense. Work back up top. Came away here to Hunter Demers. Sent it down underneath the net. Taken here by Bradley with a backhand. Sent it over trying to get it to Swankstu. Sent right back in as it was pinched in and held at the line by Rarick, one of the captains here for the Eagles. Puck is flipped up to the near side wing, trying to chip it ahead forward. Deal's going to have a foot race with it here, but it comes away down to Demers, and Demers moves it back to his partner Rarick. Look out, Rarick fired that one right on his own goaltender. Whimcomb looking at Rarick saying, what are we doing? My goodness. Other end of the ice, puck comes in. Here's a drive, top shelf. Oh, Cam Bollinger right to the cookie jar. 1-0. Davies takes the lead as Cam Bollinger went upstairs for his 6th goal, 15th point to the year, and the All-EDC player. Shows why he's one of the best to the East region.
Well, you can't give those guys any free space. Minot's got to do a better job of being aware of who's behind you. You can't let a forward slip behind your defenseman like that. They're looking for that. They've tried it a few times in the first period, so we've got to do a little bit better job of watching for that play.
Let's listen in.
Eagles number 11, Cam Bollinger. The assist to number 9, Hunter Demers. And that is for goal 53 seconds into
So that's 11 from 9. That's Bollinger from 9 Demers, and Demers with the nice play there. That was after Rarick about fired it into his own net. 15:53, the time of the goal. Shortly before 15:53, I should say. That's the Davies goal here in period 2. We're back the other way with an Eagles are back in. Here's a drive pad save. Conklin went down, kicked out the pillows. He made the stop, and that was a big save for Conklin as the Eagles came rushing in on another opportunity after they just took a 1-0 lead on Bollinger's 15th point of the season. No power plays yet in the hockey game. Neither team
pretty clean so far. Yeah, it's been good clean hitting so far.
Puck's taken here by the Magi. Off the draw, it's taken by Freeman. Spun it back to the near side. Underneath the net it comes, and away here on the near side from Jones up to Luck. He's into the zone. He's got Morelli. Threw it out in front for Morelli, but too far in front. Morelli's got it now, however, as he works it back up to the point. Here's Cooper, sends it in. They scored! Tipped in front of the net as that puck was fired in from Cooper. Didn't get touched out in front, nevertheless. Jones comes out of there first. Minot High's tied the game. It's 1-1.
Well, good things happen when you put them on net. They don't have to be. If you can create some distractions in front of the goaltender, block that view a little bit. Pucks take funny bounces off sticks and bodies. You just need to put it towards the net, and usually something good will happen.
Such a cliche in hockey, Matt, but how big was that goal right there? I mean, to me, that seemed like a big one.
That's a good pushback by Minot. That's exactly what you need to do is make it count, especially after giving one up.
First assist to number 6, Reed Cooper. Second assist to number 21,
Well, Mac Morelli and Reed Cooper are in on Brock Jones's goal. Did the glove of Conklin. He's going to hang on to it. Jones on the season picks up number 3. That's point number 10 for Brock Jones, and a 10-point campaign here for the junior. Anytime you can get 10 through your first 12 of the year, that's a pretty good pace to have.
Yeah, that's a good start. Minot's just got to keep rolling out. Don't give up those long passes and those outnumbered situations.
Up to center it comes again for the Magi. Dumped in here by Abrahamson. He sends it down into the corner. Way back on the near side wing. Going to work on it are the Eagles. They press on the near side. It's at the half boards down in deep. Minot High trying to regain possession here. You look at what these two teams did in a measuring stick of who's done what against who. Century played this Davies team, and Davies shut them out 4-0 compared to Minot High beating Century 6-3 and 8-1 on the season. You would think that would put Minot High in contention with this team, but then you also look at what Davies did against Devils Lake earlier this year. They beat the Firebirds 11-0. A lot of changes from that first game of the year, however, and you can just throw those numbers right out the window. It really doesn't matter. We've seen that plenty of times throughout the course of time in high school hockey. You can take your numbers and stats and throw them right out the window on the interstate because you never know what's going to happen. 13:46 to play in the second. How great is it, by the way? I know we talked about it in the first, but red pepper at the Ralph Engelstad Arena, you can't really beat that, can you?
That was good.
Far side it comes up to center into the zone. Bollinger's got it again. He'll fire, and that was a hard one. Bollinger fired it in. And Conklin made the same with 13:29 left here in this second period of play. It's 1-1 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
I mean, Minot hasn't had a ton of shots, but they've just got to keep aggressive with that play and through the neutral zone. Don't give up those. Don't let those guys get a full head of steam. They're just too quick. They're catching our defensemen kind of standing flat-footed. You got to kind of anticipate those long passes.
Puck's away on the far side wing, trying to push it off ahead. Tied up at the top of the circle. Jones off to Luck. Morelli's with him. It's a 3-on-3 drill into the offensive territory. Jones has it back. He's going to walk and fire, save. Rebound loose in front. It's in the back of the net. Luck to Morelli. They scored again. Brock Jones has 2, and the Magi lead 2-1.
Well, that's does a lot for Minot's confidence. You just got to keep it rolling. Don't get overly excited. You're in a tight game. There's a lot of time left, but channel that towards good things. But making smart plays, chipping it down deep in the zone. You see these goals. They're not really fancy goals, but they're just getting a couple good good lucky, good couple bounces of the puck.
Hard work paying off for the Magi here in this one. Let's listen in for the scoring.
Even strength goal. Goal scored by number 7, Brock Jones. The assist to number 11, Jaden Locke. An even strength goal for the Magicians.
So it's Jones' second of the game, 4th of the season. He's assisted by Luck on the play, and the Magi have a 2-1 lead over Fargo Davies here at Shields Arena. Puck is fired in on the near side wing. It comes. Shots are 13-8 in this contest. Puck's taken back in behind. Wimkin comes back underneath now as Mattsson's got it here. Mattson dropped it back, went off to Deal underneath the net, and Deal goes to work on it. Deal's underneath, trying to send it out in front. Tasslinger, he finds it. The top now, looking to go to Pickard. Comes back away now here to Deal. Sent in front on the backhand. Loose in front of the net. Here's Esslinger, backhander. Oh, that one might have hit iron. Comes back away underneath. Fired around the near side wall. Up top it comes. Over to the far side. Pickard threw that one to the far side wing. Bradley took it away on the nice defensive stop there. And the Magi carry it. How about the hit there on the far side wing? Sent down in front. Bradley fired it across the slot. Nobody home. The puck comes all the way back up to center where it's taken here by the Eagles. Windjam's going to take it and he'll fire it in. The Eagles go off for a 5-for-5 change and the Magi bring it back in with Esslinger in the dump and chase. Into the skates of Luck. Right back out to center. Taken across the neutral ice zone. Archbold back with it. Another big hit on the far side. Swagstu is dumped again. Swagstu trying to clear it. He does. Gets it up to Luck. He's got Esslinger with him. Luck moves it back. Now to Swagstu. The deep play catch with it here with Bradley. And Bradley works it up the wall. He'll just send this one all the way down. And Bradley will ice it down here with 11:13 to play in the second. 2-1 Minot High on top.
Well, I think Minot picked up the pace there that last 4 or 5 minutes. They had Davies pinned in their zone. I think Davies was kind of on their heels a little bit, making a couple bad plays by their defensemen in their zone. Minot's got to use that. Stick with it. You know you can. You're in this game. You're ahead right now, but you keep it going. Don't let off the gas. You got them pressure, man. Keep it rolling.
Walker side of the goaltender, Conklin. Oh no, big hit down in deep. Radke went down. This is going to be a call, and Radke's going to need some attention. It looked like legs came apart.
Check from behind.
Well, I don't know if it was or not. It's the way that it looked maybe awkwardly worse than it was. It's bad for sure the way he went down. His legs kind of came apart as he went into the boards. I don't know if it's
almost like he did the splits.
Almost like he did the splits, kind of is right. That's going to be a bad break for the Magi because Jackson Radke over the last couple has really kind of taken a hold of one of those spots back there as a defenseman for the Magi. We're going to get the call coming here. Radke's up. And Radke's going to go back to the bench, or is he going to the room? Looks like he's going back to the bench, which is good to see for the Magi. It is going to be a 5-minute major call, so it will end in a Minot High power play. Their first of the hockey game, and it's a 5-minute major.
Here's your player penalty.
Let's listen in.
5-minute major penalty assessed at the 5:54 mark. To the Eagles, number 4, Jackson Archbold. 5 minutes for checking from behind, along with a 10-minute misconduct. Again, at 5:54, major
5 and a 10 on a check from behind. Hopefully Radke's all right. He's being attended to on the bench for the Magi. And the Minot High Magicians have a 5-minute major power play with Deal working it up top. Sends it across. Here's the drive coming. Morelli tried to send that one to the top shelf again. Wimka made the stop with the blocker, and it's hammered around the near side wing. Deal holds his own in the pinch. At the line, Deal's got it again. Luck's down in deep. Here's Luck trying to send a top shelf haul off the goaltender's mask. Wimcomb made the save, and then it's fired all the way down. Excellent opportunity for the Magi. It was almost 3-1.
Well, you got a 5-minute major. We can score as many as you want. Let's make it count. Make it hurt. Special teams are huge in these games.
Luck's into the zone with it. Tried to throw it across the slot. Take it all the way back up here to the near side. It's fired down. Conklin's going to need to play that one. No, he's going to let it go back in behind the net. And up front, there's a drive all one-timer out in front. Stibbe sailed that one over the net. He had the opportunity, and he sent it too high on the far side. Magi are back in. Here's Morelli Out for a stroll, took it down to the corner. He's pinned up in deep. Morelli dropped it back over to Locke in the corner. Sent it away to the near side. Cade's Baron Stibbe, sorry. Cade's, let me start that over.
One of the Stibbies.
Baron Stibbe, who plays for Davies right now, is on the ice. Here's an opportunity coming, and a stop comes in from Conklin. He went down and had to bail the Magi out. There's 9:46. Let me start that over. Baron Stibbe, who plays for the Davies Eagles right now, his brother Cade played for this Davies team. He haunted the Magi in that opening round of the state tournament a few years back. Player that went on to play for the Minot in the North American Hockey League off at Wenatchee now with the BCHL, and a player that signed to play at Arizona State University. Great for him, but great for North Dakota athletes moving on to Division I college hockey again. Aaron, like his older brother Cade, they've got plenty of speed. Down to the corner it comes. Esslinger's tied up in deep. Eli Hansen's got it here. He works it up top across to Briggs Pickard, and Pickard sends it in. Glove save is made. Wimkum makes the stop, and Wimkum will hang on to it.
Well, I mean, if you're Minot, going back to that play before, when it gets dumped down the ice, we really need your goaltender to come out. We need Conklin to come out and stop that, because the Davies player was ahead of him, Bollinger, and that's not the guy you want going and grabbing the puck first back behind the net. He passes out front. We're lucky he missed the net.
Especially with Stibbe as the trailer, the one coming in the top 10 in scoring in North Dakota for goal production on the season. Puck comes back across to the near side. The Eagles are going to have a shorthanded opportunity, and they're going to carry in here with Fryer. Fryer's going to walk in. Poke check opportunity there. Fryer's got it back out in front. Ridden off just momentarily. Fryer's going to work it back down in deep. Nice stop from Conklin. Fryer came in, tried to tie it to the shorthanded chance. Dropped away to the far side. The Magi have possession. Up now is Abrahamson into the zone. Minot High looks to push it. Tripping call coming here on the Magi. Into the zone are the Eagles. Here's an opportunity again, and another power play. There's going to be two of them coming here on the Magicians. Minot High's going to find themselves shorthanded. The first one.
Should be probably a 4-on-3.
It's going to be a 4-on-3 as two Magicians are going to the box. Abrahamson and Pickard going to the sin bin. Two separate officials had two separate calls. And now it's going to be 4-on-3 for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, that's a tough break for Minot. We missed out on the puck there at the blue line, and couldn't find their feet, so we took the trip and then goes down. Play went down into our own zone. We had to almost take another penalty. Yeah, we did. You had to take that one. It was all going to be a breakaway.
8:31 left here in the second. Minot leads 2-1 on a pair of goals this afternoon from Brock Jones. Goals number 3 and 4 for the junior forward for the Magi. Minot High has the possession of the puck now as it's taken here by Deal. Look on, he was almost turnbuckled at the end of the bench. Where his teammates sit here, puck's going to be taken and sent all the way down, and we've got an icing.
Oh, that's a break for Minot. You're on the power play and you ice the puck. We'll take those anytime.
Faceoff's going to come back on Wimcom's blocker side. Now they're going to change it and say the glove side now, and they're going to face it off in Davies territory. While you look at what Minot High has remaining on the season, 9 games inside the conference left. At Williston on Tuesday. Mentioned 8 of their next 9 are on the road. That's a busy schedule for the Magi traveling away from the Mesa Arena and Pepsi Ring. Stibbe's into the zone with it, worked it across, top of the circle, sit down in front. All the opportunity was there. They just couldn't connect on it as it's worked back up again. Taken, here's a drive. That one's off the bar and into the net. It's Rarick that fires it home. We're tied at 2-2.
I think it got deflected too, and that didn't help. He was going up high, but it was that not much Conklin can do on that one.
Just a hard shot from the line into the back of the net. It goes. And now we're going to skate even strength for the next minute 24.
The assist to number 11, Cam Bollinger, in that power play goal at 9:05 for the Eagles.
So it's Rarick from Bollinger. That's a power play tally. And we're tied at 2-2 here on the PSP Network Thanks again for joining us for North Dakota High School hockey from Fargo this afternoon. Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call here on the PSP Network. Minot High came down last night. They had the opportunity to go to the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks game against Cornell. The whole team went. Kind of a fun team-building exercise. Looking to see if they can build their way into the win column here today. Coast to coast to the other end of the ice. Here's a drive, a save. That one at the line. Stop was made. Conklin had some help for Bradley, and it's going to be freed back up top. Here's a drive coming, loose in front. Stibby's got it. A drive in front, knocked down. Bradley tried to clear it. He sends it all the way down. And we'll have an icing here with 6:52 left in the second, and all of a sudden, you saw that Davies top line really show what they had to offer there. It was almost 3-2 Fargo.
Well, I think that Davies woke up a little bit. They started off that period. Minot was taking it to him a little bit. Now Davies got that second goal, and they started to kind of got them going a little bit. But Minot's got take the whistles. You can't be fancy. You got to stay out of the box.
Jackson Radke just left the hockey game. He skated off down to the tunnel across the ice surface. That's a bad sign for the Magi. Hopefully he's going to be okay. The leg call coming here on the Eagles. Minot High is going to go back to the power play. Wemcomb's going to come out of the net to play it. He'll stop it here, and with 6:34 left in the second, we've got a high stick call coming. And into the box. We'll go skater number 6 for the Eagles. That's Garrett Winsham. Well, the power play comes back on for the Magi. Second power play of the game. That 5-minute major was negated after a pair of magicians were charged on the same power play situation. Then Davies scored another power play to tie the game at 2-2. That's where we sit right now with 6:34 left here in the second. Puck's at the line. Minot High is going to go back at full strength. Puck's handled by Morelli far side. Now here's a drive coming for Bradley. Whistled it in. Morelli's got it out in front. Comes back away now. Here to deal momentarily. He lost it. Handled. Fired down. And the puck went the length of the ice here for Cam Bollinger. Puck is going to be free to set up here by the Magi now as Bradley starts the rush. 1:32 remains on the power play now. Minot High had a 5-on-3 for a moment. Puck is going to be poked out of there. Look out, we've got Stibby in all alone off the change. Here's a drive. Oh, what a save, Conklin. Conklin comes up huge. Minot High put him in a...
Minot's kind of getting sloppy on their power play. If you don't have a play at the blue line, sometimes you just got to chip it down in the corner. We're getting too fancy, and our turnovers are happening at the blue line. Davies has way too much speed for us to be making plays like that.
Well, a golden opportunity there for Cade Stibby. The puck came right to him out of the across center ice. He came off the bench. It came right to him after the penalty time expired. And Conklin bailed the Magi out. The Magi, what I was saying there is the Magi put him in some handcuff situations here in this hockey game. Morelli's into the zone with it. He spins away as he was pressured. He hits the brakes. Morelli takes it up top. Looks towards the net now. He's going to skate it down to the corner. Back to Jones in front. Oh, swings to one-timer. He missed that one just by inches. Sent back away to the far side where Morelli's got it again. Shuffles it down over to Jones. Jones looking for a hat trick in this hockey game. He's got the 2 goals for the Magi. Puck comes now away here to Mac Morelli in the far wall. He had a pair of goals the other night against Century on the power play. He also had an extra one to make the hat trick complete. Been a while since a magician freshman's had a hat trick. I can't think of the last that did. Bradley's got it here. Far side goes it back over to Mac Morelli. He was swept up on the play. No call there, and it's a 3-on-1 back the other way. Stibby's got it here. Stibby skates it down, sent out in front, still loose. A drive, a save, out of the net. Stop is made. They shoot, they score, but it's going to be waved off. The net was off its moorings.
Yep, net came off just a couple seconds before that.
Hang on tight. We've got ourselves a good one brewing here at Fargo Davies this afternoon. The Eagles fans not impressed with the goal call that was waved off there. And you can hear this place start to come to volume just a bit. Tell everybody to relax, get up to the Ralph, and have some red pepper over in section 107. Puck's taken here by the Eagles. We're at full strength now. It's going to be taken and sent ahead into the zone. Eli Hansen's got it. Hansen dropped it down, trying to go over to Abrahamson. Underneath the net it comes down. Hansen's got it back. He sent it out front. Taken away here by Abrahamson. He's going to walk on angle, fired out front. It's off its pegs. And with 4:14 left in the second, we trade stoppages and play on each end of the ice. The goal comes off its moorings for a moment, and we'll have a face-off coming on the blocker side of Wimcombe, the goaltender, in a 2-2 tilt. 24-12 shots on goal favor Fargo Davies in this one. Minot High's got a lot to be proud of here. However, this has been a pretty good hockey game. Fargo has shown that they've got a little bit more muscle at times in this one, however. But that really doesn't matter when the score reads 2-2, right? I mean, got to score more than the other guy to see who comes out on top in this one here today. And anytime you're playing anything in sports. Puck's taken on the far side wall here for Luck. Chips it out, rolls it all the way down. This one's going to come right towards the goal line. They wave that off. Luck's got it here, trying to send it out front to Morelli. And Morelli's going to go in after it. Morelli's got it down to the corner. He's got it tied up in deep. Stibby's going to take it out of there here for the Eagles. He'll fire it up to center. Pickard's back on it. Pickard delivers over on the far side wing. The Eagles need to touch up on sides. They do now. Into the zone they come with it. Here's a drive. Oh, high riser went just wide of the opportunity for Cam Bollinger, who's got one here tonight. Hello, there's a big boy hit. Pickard threw the body to the ice on the far side of Kankel-Fritz, and Kankel-Fritz and Pickard aren't done with each other yet. Puck's going to be taken here by Morelli. He's going to skate it up to center, trying to shovel that one ahead off to Swangstu. Swangstu ahead forward. Looks like the moms and dads in the seats that were yelling at some of these plays have put some energy into the kids on both sides here today.
It's not lacking excitement.
This one's starting to brew up a little bit as the intensity level turned up here at Farmers Union Insurance Center here at Shields Arena at Fargo. Puck's taken back in front of the net. Esslinger took it away, and now he pokes it free over to the far side. Esslinger's got it here, sent out front. Swangstu turns and fires, sent it wide of the net. Comes back away on the near side. Swangstu's got it again, trying to shuffle it ahead forward. Down to the corner it went down, back in behind the Davies goal. It sits here, picking it up there is Ashton Yeager. Yeager trying to move it free to the near side, trying to move it ahead from Bollinger. Freed up now to Bradley. Bradley's got it. Oh, came to Morelli, center slot. He's got it again. He'll turn and fire. Blocking that one down in front was Demers. Down to the final 2 minutes here in the second. And this top line for Minot has had some pretty good luck here today. They put some pressure out on that last shift. Puck's taken now by the Magi. Up to Jones, trying to move it ahead. Taken by the Eagles. They're back in. And Windjam's going to carry it down. Windjam sent it out in front. Oh, pad save. That one came off of Conklin. And the nets are off the moorings again. Luck's having a conversation here with 19 Yeager. And now Luck's going to end up in the sin bin after this.
Not sure what the call is.
2 minute slashing call.
Must have cracked him behind the play because I didn't see it.
Power play is going to come back out here for Davies. And Minot High will have Jaden Luck, one of their top producers, one of their quicker players in the box for the next 2 minutes. Here with a minute 49 left in our second in a 2-2 hockey game. Davies works the puck around to the near side over to the far. Taken on the far wall from Fryer. Works it up top. Taken down by Demers. He'll shuffle it down. Make that 8 instead. Fryer. Sorry, that's 6 Windjam. Comes back away over to the far side wing, and it's up top again. 6, 8, and 9 are out there, however. Along with 19, he's who's handling here. That's Yeager. Down in deep. Yeager sent it back away here to the near side. Off of Demers. Up top. Here's a drive. Oh, high riser. That one might have caught Conklin up top. And it's taken here and fired all the way down by Jones. The length of the ice it comes.
Good kill by Minot. That's what you got to do. Put pressure, be smart.
Into the zone, the Eagles bring it. This is Windjam. Big pad save. Oh, stop was made there, and it's taken and fired down by the Magi.
Got a break there.
Final minute of play here in the second period.
This will be a big kill to kill this one off.
It's a nail-biter from Fargo this afternoon on a Saturday. Hope you're enjoying this matchup on the PSP Network. into the offensive zone. It's taken down here by the Eagles. They set up shop on the near wall. Demers handles back behind the net. 38 seconds to play in the period. Up top from Windham. Fanning on it at the line. That was Yeager. He frees it back over to the far side. Turning and firing. Knocked down. Trying to clear. Deal still trying to clear. Comes back away here to the near side. Look out. And Swangstu was railed big time on the near side wing. He was slow to get up. That was a big hit out in front. Swangstu may be dazed and confused. Final 12 seconds to play the period. Cut him down, kids. We're at 9, now 8, now 7. Up at the line it comes. Here's a drive knocked down. And we're going to get through the second period tied at deuces here tonight. I still don't know if Ben Swangstu knows where he's at right now. That was a big hit. Bad situation.
Well, sometimes you got to make hits, get a hit to make a play, but when you're on the penalty kill, don't take chances. Just fire it down the ice. That's kind of the easiest way to do it.
We're through two here in Fargo this afternoon. We've got a tied hockey game. It's 2-2 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Time for the Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Let's go there next. A little bit more to report in this one with 4 goals in the second compared to the zeros on the board at the end of one. Good hockey game from Fargo this afternoon. We'll break it down when we come back. 2-2 at the end of 2. It's North Dakota High School hockey here on the PSP Network.
Reached a mile marker of 1,000 saves in his career.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
That's it.
2-2 at the end of 2 periods played here on the PSP Network. Been a good one today from Shields Arena. First matchup of the year outside of the West region today for the Magi. Of course, they played Devil's Lake earlier on this season, but in the 22 calendar year. And they're tied with one of the top teams inside of North Dakota high school hockey right now, and it's the Davies Eagles. 2-2 at the end of 2. Welcome to our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. Jordan Willard joins us from the locker room right now via cell phone. Coach, are you with me downstairs?
Yep, I got you.
Your thoughts on this hockey game here today? Up and down battle. Are you satisfied with where Minot High sits at the end of 34 minutes here in Fargo?
Well, I think we took a 2-1 lead there, and ended up with some power play time, and they kind of took it to us on our own power play. And they're big, fast, strong. It's East Region hockey, and luckily, we played some games over in Roseau, so we got a little taste of how that goes, and we just need to respond here. I think Jim Noah has played a really good game here, and we're in this one. That's what you can ask. You're on the road. We've been on the bus, done all that. You're on the road with a chance to win a hockey game here, so we just gotta make sure that we finish.
If another guy gets a hat trick for the Magi, would you be able to believe that? Jones with 2 in this hockey game. He's having a good night here tonight as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see Jonesy get rewarded. He's playing there with Lucky and Morelli, and they kind of been our line here lately. And it's nice to see some of the big guys' hard work pay off, and bury a couple pucks. He did scored that second one there. Looked a little bit like Mike Garuzioni coming around the net, running up on his toes. He's a great kid. Enjoy coaching him, and excited for him to have some success.
What's the key of the third period if you guys want to exit Fargo with a victory today?
Got to have more goals than they do, Nick. So hopefully we can, finish off this penalty kill we got here, and get back to work, get pucks deep, get some on net, and hopefully get out of here with a win.
You said it better than I did. I tried to explain that to Matt in the middle period there. I got a little tongue-tied trying to talk to come up with that analogy. I don't know what happened there, but we appreciate your time here, Coach. We'll talk to you after the hockey game. Best of luck in the third.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thanks. That's Jordan Willert, the assistant coach of the Magi in between periods here at our Premier Chiropractic Intermission Report. Premier Chiropractic. See, I told you, Matt, it was as simple as that. You just have to score more than they do, and that's how you win any athletic competition, it seems.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple concept.
Yeah, I remember that.
Focused on improving the overall health of Minot and the surrounding areas is Premier Chiropractic. Find them online, premierchiropracticnd.com. Dr. Becky Perry-Domries, Dr. Kirk Mason, and Dr. Cody Haugen can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Matt, your thoughts on 2 periods of play here? Minot High heard from their assistant coach, Jordan Willert. Happy with where they're at? From the outside looking in, you kind of have to be with some of the positive. There's some things that can obviously shore up, but overall, your rating for them through 2 periods of play here today?
It's been good. It's been a good game so far. It's been tight. It's going back and forth. There was Minot opened up the period, took it to them, had more pressure in their zone. Then there was a swing where Davies kind of took over and had us pinned in our zone. I think going in the second period, there's just been some times in the game where Minot's kind of mishandled the puck, but they have too. Our pressure has caused some turnovers, leading to some chances. And you can see it by we had a few, not a ton of shots, but we're making them count. We're getting some good opportunities when we're real aggressive. The guys have got to keep that aggressive style of play up. I think Davies is probably a little. We've kind of got them, had them on their toe, had them on their heels there a little while, where they didn't really. Might have had a good pushback. They're probably not used to that. I'm sure they're thinking, they're after what happened to them against Red River, they're probably thinking, well, this shouldn't be too tough of a game. And the state, there's a lot of good teams. Like you were saying, the West, there's been some surprises with lately in some of these games, how they turned out. If these kids come to play and can execute and play hard, you're probably going to be in the game. You're the road team. You just want to keep it tight. You want to keep it close enough where you've got a chance in the last few minutes to take the game. And for Davies, there's no pressure on Minot. And, these games don't mean anything aside from let's start to get into better habits and playing better towards that second half of the year. But you see when we aren't aware of where their guys on the ice, they're looking for that stretch pass, and it's hurting us. We've gotten lucky a few times where it's going to be bad. You can't leave Conklin out to dry like that back there. You've got to always, one defenseman has always got to be the safety man no matter what. So don't get mesmerized by what's going on where the puck is. Know who's behind you. Those guys sneak behind you. And the same thing. If you're Davies, there's had a few shifts where they probably thought it's going to be an easy exit out of their zone, and Minot's applying that hard pressure and playing the body. Minot is successful when they play the body. They've got to be aggressive and they've got to hit. I don't think the Eastern teams like the physical play as much as the Western teams do. I'm not saying it's bad for the East. It's just that normally the Western teams seem to hit more. I think, and that's great. Keep it clean, of course, but we've got to stay out of the box. We had that double penalty where we coughed it up the blue line because guys couldn't make a decision on what to do with the puck. If you don't have a play, just chip one down in the zone so your teammate can get after it. It doesn't have to be hard. Just make their defenseman skate that extra distance to get it.
2-2 at the end of two. Third is going to be entertaining. This has been a fun one today, without a doubt, here from Shields Arena and Farmers Union Insurance Center on the second sheet of ice here at the Shields Arena. Third period almost guaranteed to be a good one, you'd have to assume. Let's take a look at the game reset. It's brought to you by our friends at Clean Tech. 24/7 disaster response and restoration services at cleantechllc.us. Clean Tech has been coming to the rescue since 1992. Remember the name Clean Tech in those situations. 24/7 disaster response and restoration services again at Clean Tech. Nobody scored in the first. There was no power plays in the first period either. In the second, it was Davies that scored at 15:53. And the goal was scored by Cam Bollinger, his 6th goal of the year, point number 15. Bollinger gets the Eagles on the board. He was assisted on the play by Hunter Demers, his 4th point of the year. Then Minot struck back. Not even a minute later, the Magi get on the board, and it's Brock Jones, his 3rd of the year. He was assisted on the play by Reed Cooper and by Matt Morelli. And then at 13:10, Jones strikes again. This time it was Jaden Luck on the assist for the Magi. And Minot High in a short span, about 2 minutes apart, the Magicians take a 2-1 lead, and they're feeling like they're moving and grooving. Davies wasn't having any of that. They get on the board again and tie the hockey game at 7:45. Power play goal that was scored by number 20, Easton Rarick. 13 points on the year for Rarick. Kid that's only got 2 goals now of the season, but 11 helpers to go with that. And 13 points on the year for Rarick. He was assisted on the play by Cam Bollinger. 2-point night for him going. He scored first, and he's got an assist on the last one. Davies went 1 for 2 on the power play. The Magi are 0 for 2 on the power play. They even had a 5-minute major opportunity where they were unable to strike on that man advantage. And through 2 periods of play, the shots are 27-12 in favor of Fargo Davies. It's our Premier Chiropractic intermission report. When we come back, we're going to face off the third and final period of play here today from Shields Arena and Farmers Union Insurance Ice Center. Davies and Minot to the classic East vs. West showdown. Final 17 minutes is next.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Thanks for buying some fruit.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Final 17 minutes from Fargo this afternoon. 2-2 at the end of 2. It's North Dakota High School hockey here on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg alongside a former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, Matt Morelli, former Minot High magician Matt Morelli, joining us on these calls. Minot High trying to see if they could complete the upset today in this East vs. West showdown with Davies number 2 in the East region, arguably the number 1 team in the state of North Dakota. Minot comes in as the number 1 team in the West region. Big one for Minot High here today, and Big one for Davies as well. Probably more for Minot High than Davies. When it's all said and done, that's a high riser that went over Conklin's head on the glove side. If you're just joining us today, Davies is in white, Minot's in maroon. Puck's taken here by Bradley, trying to shuffle it up off the wall to Morelli. He does, and Morelli sends it out of the zone. Comes back out to center and hammered right back in. Bradley's in after it. He's going to take it on the near side wing. Bradley throws it up off the glass. It's going to roll out to center. Comes right back into Minot High territory. They say Bradley touched it. And it comes back in behind the net where Bradley's got it here. Bradley shuffled it across off to Pickard. Then to Locke. Out to center it comes. Bouncer onto the stick of Jones. And Jones will take it down and dump it back in behind the net. Taking on the far side. Here come the Eagles back to center. Stibbe with it. He's going to move and groove into the offensive zone. He's met by Luck. Puck comes back in behind the net where Bradley's got it here. Trying to shuffle it around. Bradley now puts a backhand on it. Comes back up to the near side point. Chipped high up off the glass. There from the blue line for Bollinger. And it's going to be sent back down to the corner again. Taken away here by the Eagles. Windham's got it. Sends it across. Davies is buzzing. Puck comes away to the far side wing. Minot High's trying to find a way to clear. Comes back up top to Bollinger again. Back Bollinger down to the corner. Goes back away to the near side. Taken here by the Eagles. They're shuffling it out in front. It comes back away down to Brock Jones, who's got 2 goals in the hockey game. He got it out to Luck, and Luck trying to get a handle on it, but it's the Eagles that regain possession at center. They're going to take it from here and move it in with Windham, who sends it down on the glove side of Conklin. Puck's back in behind the Minot High net. Here's Swankstu. He was rocked at the end of the second period. Glad to see he's all right in the hockey game. 2 minutes into this third period, 2-2 hockey game on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard.
I think one thing with Minot, keep the third guy high. You can't get caught on those outnumbered situations. Nothing wrong with having our defenseman pinch, but make sure that third forward stays up high. Don't want to get trapped too low down below the circles.
Puck comes back away on the near side wing. Swankstu going to work on it. Underneath the net it comes now. It's set right on in front. No one there for the Magi. Puck is freed here by the Eagles, and they go up to center where it's going to come to Windham. Windham's in. He'll turn and fire. He fires it in, and the stop is made here from Conklin.
Can of corn.
Easy one for
Easy
Conklin.
save.
28th shot of the hockey game. 14:26 remaining here in the third period. Conklin's been good here today.
Well, that was a big kill for Minot at the end of that, most of that end of that second period and early in the third. But yeah, stay out of the box the rest of this period. Play 5-on-5.
If it ends right now, it would be hard to pick our MVP of the contest in this one. Coming from west side of the state here today, the MVP of this contest. You look at who that would be. You got Conklin that got 26 saves and 28 shots. Jones has a pair of goals. The other side, you look at Bollinger's got 1-1 here today. I mean, there's a couple kids that have stood out in this hockey game. You can send us your recommendation and nomination on who you think the player of the game should be at Network PSP on Twitter. You can Facebook us as well. The PSP Network on Facebook.
Well, Conklin's been solid. I mean, he's been peppered and busy back there. So, I mean, you've got to give him a lot of credit today.
Puck comes back away down to Davies in their own defensive territory. A team that last year went 10-5 in the East region, 13-8 overall. They got bounced in the first round of the state high school hockey tournament by West Fargo by a score 4-1. Minot lost to Fargo South Shanley in the opening round of the tournament last year. That was a score of 2-0 at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Into the offensive zone, it's going to be taken here from Buckmeyer. He skates it down. Haven't seen a lot of Buckmeyer yet here tonight. Puck comes back away on the near wing. Pushed back out to center. Pickard scrumming for it there. Jones gets a stick on it. Free down to Pickard. Sent it up the wall. The Eagles have fresh horses, but it's the Magi that have Pickard, who starts the rush up to center and into the zone. Pickard skates it down, drops it down into the corner. Comes back in behind the net with the near side wing. It's up at center ice. Luck's going to have the hit. Free to Jones here. Jones works it across. Back over now to Matt Morelli. Morelli's going to take it and dump it back in behind the goaltender Weibkup. Down in deep it comes. Jones trying to set it out in front. Nobody there for the Magi as that stick was in the way by the D-man. Actually, it was the guys there, but the stick was in the way of the D-man out front for Davies. Deal ridden off the play. He was hit hard on the far corner. Bollinger's in after it. Trying to get a handle on it now on the far side wing. Are the Eagles? Here's a drive coming. That one off of Kenkel Fritz. Stibbe's out with it. Worked it back up top across the blue line. It comes and the puck escapes the zone now where Demers goes back to work. Demers is going to turn it back in his own territory. Carrying over the blue line now. It's taken back here. Bradley, Hail Mary pass forward up to Esslinger. It's a 2-on-2 in. Here's a drive coming. One-Cup goes down. Makes the glove save. Nice shot on goal there.
Yeah, we'll take that. One thing I was going to add is now is the time. Keep your shift short. You're heading in the almost middle of the third. It's been such a hard, wide open, fast-paced game. Don't get caught on a long shift and have something give up a goal because you're tired. We got guys on the bench. Get them out there. They're fresh.
Shot was not registered on the shots on goal clock. Here, was that one going wide, do you think,
going,
possibly?
Yeah, it was going to go wide.
Shots are now 29-12 in favor of Davies. Minot High only mustering up 12 in the contest here this afternoon. Davies with 29 on the other side. Conklin, you're right, has been good in this one without a doubt. Into the offensive zone. The Eagles bring it. They're going to have to wait to touch up on sides, however. Puck's free to the far side wing, and Esslinger's going to carry it. Esslinger met there, dumps it in, back behind the net. Take it back away here on the near side wing. Chipped up to center, goes away to Bradley. Worked by the Eagles on the near side and up to center ice it comes where Rarick is going to carry it. Shot is fired on. It goes up into the protective mesh. Stop of the play with 11:17 left.
Getting in the way of the shots and the stick, getting the sticks, in the find blocking those areas where the shots are going and getting bodies in front. That's just going to benefit Minot in the long run.
Puck's taken here by the Eagles. Up top it comes across the blue line. Sent down to the corner, back in behind Conklin. Pushed out front, that one sent back into the corner by Eli Hansen. Taken here by the Magi, trying to send it out of the zone. It's taken back away. Eagles are back in. Here's a drive that came in. The stop was made there from Conklin on the opportunity. Minot having a hard time clearing it out of their zone here. Hand pass will be called as that one was taken by Grant Matter. And it's going to go all the way back into Davies' defensive territory.
That's an easy call. You have to put it down right away. You can't make 3 steps and then put it down. I don't want to see why people are so shocked in the crowd thinking that it shouldn't be a hand pass. That's the simplest call in hockey besides offsides and icing.
That's exactly what the head official was explaining to the young man on the call right there. You saw him make that same gesture that you were just talking about. It's out on the right of your screen here. Up to center come the Eagles. They're going to carry into Minot High territory. We're deadlocked at 2-2. We've got a call coming here. Now what will this call be?
I think it was just offsides. Just the head official made the call on the offsides, which it was.
Good call.
You're just testing me.
Yeah, I was seeing how much attention you were paying. Glued to it. 10:40 left in this third period. Puck's handled by the Eagles. They're into the offensive territory. Here's the big man, Crescent. Takes it down. That is a big kid. Down into the corner and came back in behind Conklin. Conklin got the stick on it, the paddle of it, taken back underneath the net now, and Eagles moving around here in the offensive zone. They spin it back in behind the Minot High goal. Matson back in after it with a backhand. Sent it around to the near side. Chipped it up through neutral. Rolls all the way down. This one goes the length of the ice. And back in after it for the Eagles, back in his own territory, is Drew Rarick. Out in front it comes. Morelli's got it all, trying to set it upstairs, and a high riser missed the nets. And it went up and out of play, I do believe. We'll have a face-off coming with 10:01 on the dot to play in the third. It's a 2-2 hockey game on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Good one today here from Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Again, Nick Hulberg and Matt Morelli on the call. Minot High and Bismarck High girls basketball. If you're looking for that matchup on the PSP Network, you're close. Just one button click away. They're playing in the Magic City here today. Scott Cattell has the call of that one on the PSP Network. Puck's taken here out to center. Swanks to freed it now to Esslinger. He's trying to work it back up the wall, but the Eagles take it with Stibbe down in deep. Stibbe's going to work it, trying to push it back out in front of the net. It's taken back away on the near side. Shuffled down in deep onto the backhand. Here's a drive that was set up and wide. Kenko Fritz missed the net to the backhand chance. Trying to throw it towards the goal. He works it back up top again. Comes away to the near side wing. Bollinger sends it in. Big pad save. Taken down by Bradley, and Bradley's going to work it away to the far side. The Magi trying to clear Esslinger was unable to get a stick on that one, and Stibbe skates right back in, sends it upstairs. Oh, he had the top corner on Conklin picked, and he sent it over the net. Puck's taken here by Bradley, trying to escape the zone with it. Bradley goes up to the far side, up to Esslinger, and now back the other way, a clear breakaway the other way. It goes for Kankelfritz, 2-on-1 in front. Oh, Conklin makes the save of the game.
How do we give up a 2-on-0 like that with that far in? I mean, Minot has got to watch their line changes. You got to. That's what we're saying. Get the puck deep. In worst case, take an icing. Just send it down. If you've got to get different guys out there, but you can't give up a 2-on-0 like that. I mean, that's not giving your goalie a lot of help.
That one could be a clear-cut Roger Ward moving and storage save of the game right there, move of the game, because like you said, there was not a whole lot of help from the Magi. They put him in that situation in a bad way. They went all off for a change and a clear-cut 2-on-0 breakaway, and Conklin shut the door and said, I don't think so. Puck comes back up top. Shot came in. That one just wide of Conklin on the blocker side. Down and deep it comes. It's underneath the goal line. Scrubbing forward still. Puck is freed now. Buck Myers going to skate it out to center. And Buck Myers going to cross over center ice with it. Buck Myers in. Far side wing. Off of Schuster. Up at the point. Comes back to Luck, and Luck will dump it down into the zone with 8:11 to play here in this third period.
Good smart play. Don't take a chance. Get over the red line and fire it in.
Still tied at 2-2. Puck is going to go to the other end of the ice, all the way down to the goal line. Icing is waved off, and back behind the net, it's Windham that's freeing it here. The Magi push to the far side. Buckmeyer trying to get a handle on it, but it's too far in front of him, and Hunter Demers just moves it right back across neutral. Now Pickard's in with it. He'll fire it towards the net, and the stop is made. Wimka makes the save with 7:44 to play in this third period. 2-2 hockey game here at Farmers Union. Insured Center at Shields Arena.
Like we're saying, you're on the road, you keep it close, so you got a chance at the end of the game. Minot's doing kind of all the right things. We've gotten a few breaks, sure, but they have too. But Minot's got to be just got to be smart now. Get more aggressive.
Jones out front from Morelli. Taken here and worked away by Rarick, who's up over center. Rarick hit by Morelli, bounced off him. He comes into the zone. Look at Rarick go coast to coast. He'll turn and fire. Waffle board stop from Conklin. Jones on the far side trying to clear it out. The Magi trying to push ahead. Comes back down to Bradley. Back in behind the net to Bradley. Works it on the near side wing. Sent it up to Morelli. Tried to spin it out of there. Couldn't quite do it. And it's sent right back in here by Davies. Eagles have it with 7:08 to play in the third period. It's a 2-2 hockey game with two of the top teams in their respected conferences going toe-to-toe here today. Davies, one of our picks to win the state high school hockey championship later on this year. And if that's any indicator of where the Magician program is heading again, that's pretty positive, you'd have to think. Into the offensive zone, it comes again down for the Eagles. They work it across, sent out in front, taken here by Deal, and Deal's going to start the motor. He'll skate it out to center, got it away to Swangstu. Swangstu had his pocket pick, comes back away down to the near side, chipped up off the glass from Manson into the offensive zone, and Swangstu again. He's going to turn and try to cut towards the net, comes back away now to the Eagles. They work it across on the near side wing. From Archbold it comes and up to center. The big man Crescent crosses over center ice with it. He'll walk and fire. That one sent just wide of the cage, taken there by Swangstu. Then Swangstu's rail, that's a hit after the play was delivered on the other side. That should have been a call in my mind.
Probably should have been an elbow.
Take it on the blocker side. Now we're going to get one going the other way. You got to be kidding. It's going to be on the Magi here with 6:01 to play in the third.
I think they evened it up. We'll take that trade-off.
Esslinger's going into the box. And off goes Kankelfritz. 17 points for Kankelfritz on the year. Esslinger down into the sin bin. 6:01 to play here in this third period. 2-2 hockey game of the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. Stick around tonight for our Shots Crossroads Restaurant postgame show. Shots Crossroads Restaurant, where team buses are always welcome. Enjoy the famous number 99, the ham and cheese balls, or the mozzarella sticks, or the banana cream pie at Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Sent all the way down. This is going to be an icing on the Magicians. 5:48 to play in the third. Well, do you like intensity or do you like intensity? Shots are 35-13 here today. And the Magi are on the wrong side of that. However, it's a 2-2 hockey game thanks to Noah Conklin being superb here today. Back in behind the net. Tied up down and deep. Work back away over to the far side and out to center it comes. Eagles have it again here on the near side wing with Jack Bollinger. Jack and Cam Bollinger, a couple solid players here for the Eagles. They're going to push it up to center all the way down it comes. And icing sent
they're still trying that long pass, and there's nothing wrong with it, but Minot just got to be ready for it. Just you anticipate, you can see it coming, just get in the guy's way. I mean, let's not give up a soft one now at this point in the game. Minot's worked so hard to keep it a 2-2 game. It's been kind of back and forth. There's been a lot of swings in pressure.
Fair to say an overtime entrance here tonight, or an overtime appearance, would be huge for the Magi.
Oh, God. I'd take that anytime against these guys.
On the near side wing, puck chipped up the wall into the offensive zone. Bollinger had his pocket picked by Bradley, and Bradley goes down away to the near side, trying to clear it out of there. Are the Magi take it here, and it's sent away to the near side, dumped right back ahead, shuffled across. Worked underneath the goal line again, where Stibbe goes to work here. Puck is up off the wall, taken high off the glass, and sent right back in here by the Eagles. Reed Cooper trying to get a handle on it there for the Magi, but it's taken and worked away by Cam Bollinger on the far side wing. Bollinger cycles it up top, comes back away to Jack Bollinger. Sent in, that one went wide. Now Jones tries to clear it. It's underneath the goal line now. It comes back away over to Luck on the near side. Luck's high up off the glass, and out to center it comes. Davies right back on top of it. It's freed now. Bradley's going to push ahead. Bradley off Abrahamson. He's into the zone with it. On the near side wing, it's tied up and freed. We go back the other way now for the Eagles. Comes back up to Pickard. Pickard threw it away to the near side. Nobody there, and it's taken here by Jack Bollinger, who's hounded there by Schuster. Puck comes back away now off of Bradley. He moves it ahead forward. Schuster's going to get it inside the offensive zone. He's going to leave it here ahead. Here's Abrahamson. He'll turn and fire. Oh, that one hit the bar or the side of the cage. The shot came in, rattled up, and it went up and on a play with 3:53 left here in this third period. 2-2 hockey game, point blank. Grade A opportunity for Abrahamson.
You don't get many nicer ones like that with 4 minutes left in the 2-2 game.
Face off on the blocker side of the Davies netminder. Kid that will be in the conversation for an all EDC player here this year. He surpassed 1,000 saves in this hockey game here tonight. That's not a bad stat to have on your resume.
Yeah, nice career for him.
Puck comes back up to center. We're taken by Deal, and Deal will just shuffle it right back in. 3.5 to play in the third. Buckle up tight. Sent all the way back down. This one's going to roll to the other end of the ice, and an icing will come here on Davies with 3:19 left in this third period.
We'll
Still
take
2-2.
Yeah, we'll take that. Good pressure by Minot. You got an offensive zone face-off. That's what you want. You get Davies pinned in their zone. Put them under some pressure. Seems like it was Minot we were under pressure for a while. Now it's time we got to win some face-offs.
Deal with Esslinger. Swagstu's out with Bradley at the point. Along with Matson, they've got Brock Matson up at the blue line now, playing defense here for the Magi. On the other side, it's taken here by Luke Lorenz, who's into the zone. Lorenz drops it back across to Grant Matter. Up to the point it comes. Skating down is Aston Yeager. Sent out in front, still loose, tied up here, goes away to the far side. Underneath the goal line, it's going to come now and back in behind the net. It's worked out here by Grant Matter. Up top to the point. Sent to the top of the circle. Deal, the captain for the Magi, high up off the glass, clears it out. And we're down to 2:45 to play here in regulation. It's a 2-2 hockey game. The Eagles have possession of the puck, and they start their rush up to center. Carried across the blue line. Rarick takes it and dumps it back in behind Noah Conklin. Back underneath the goal line it comes. Puck's taken at the goal line. It's going to be tied up and worked in deep. Back here by Luck, and now it's going to be taken high up off the glass to the far side. Luck's going to have an opportunity. Here's a breakaway for Jaden Luck. Luck's in all alone. He shoots. Oh, Weimkin makes the stop. The chance was there, and Jaden Luck was robbed by Weimkum with the blocker side of the body of the goaltender. 15th shot of the hockey game. Could have been the icebreaker in this one.
It could be 4-2 right now with Abrahamson's chance and just there with Luck. Oh my God, we've got to convert one of those. You just don't get chances like that against these teams like this.
Weimkum makes a great stop there off the draw. Morelli's going to fire it in. Minot High looks to have some jam here late in this third period. 2:08 remaining. Shots are 35-16. Davies has dominated that category here today. Davies obviously has some muscle as the top team inside the East region. Right there with Red River, they're 9-1 on the year. Out in front, oh, that one in front for Jones, looking for his hat trick. Puck comes back away out to center. It's going to be pushed into the offensive territory here for the Eagles. And Minot High spins it right on out. Well, do you think the goalies' moms can handle the blood pressure of overtime? That's where we're headed right now. With the next 1 minute and 40 doesn't decide this one here this afternoon in Fargo in regulation. Puck comes up to the line. It's going to be taken, fired in. That one high up off the glass. Drop back in behind the net around to the near side wing. Morelli trying to clear it out of there. Comes back away down to Luck. He's got Morelli with him and Luck's up to center. He's got another chance. He's going to drop it back to Morelli. Here's a drive. Oh, he hit the crossbar. Excellent opportunity for Morelli. Put it off the crossbar. We go back the other way now here for Bollinger. He'll fire. The stop is made. What a shot and an opportunity there. Luck gave it to Morelli. And the Magicians' point leader, the freshman, rattled it off the crossbar. That would have been goal number 9 on the year, point number 17. And more importantly, the Magi would have had a 3-2 lead.
Wow, you talk about nail biter.
1 minute, 11 seconds remaining here in this third period.
1 minute remaining.
Puck's taken by the Magi. They fired ahead forward out to center. Minot High with Esslinger. He's in over the line. Offsides the call on the Magician.
I like that play though. That's a good play. I mean, you got no pressure on our defensemen, so why not go for a long pass? Davies wasn't sending anybody in there. There's nothing wrong with that. Just tough break on the offsides.
Final minute of play in regulation. Buckle up tight. This one's coming down to the stretch. Puck's back in behind the Davies net. It's going to be taken here on the far side. Eagles trying to push out to center with it. Roller comes back away down to Deal, and Deal's going to dump it back in. Back behind the nets of Weimkin. 40 seconds to play here in this third period. Up to center it comes now for Archbold. Taken away, and Deal's going to carry back in. He's got Esslinger. Esslinger in over the blue line to the top of the circle. Chipped up here. Bradley's back with it. And Bradley skates backwards with it. Fires it up through center. Final 25 seconds. Pickard slows the puck down. Gives it back to Bradley. Bradley up through center. Tried to feed Swanks to it. Was touched by the Eagles. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 15. Puck comes back away to the near side. Fired back up at the line. Morelli's in with it. He's going to be whistled for the offsides with 9 seconds remaining. That one right down the line. Close opportunity there. Went from 9 seconds on the clock up to 3 minutes. They're going to have to resolve that. There, they got it now. Faceoff will come back in the neutral ice zone. Well, this has been an entertaining hockey game to say the least. Here's Bradley from center, fires it in. Weimkum had it bounce through his glove. He's going to fire it up off the glass. 2 now 1. Here's the horn. We need overtime with Davies and Minot High here this afternoon in a matchup of number 2 in the East and number 1 in the West region here today. Let's head to the overtime periods coming up in just a moment on the PSP Network. 2-2 through regulation on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. We need an extra session to solve this one here tonight.
Life is all about moments. Big moments. Small moments. And those moments you can't put into words. It's how we at First International Bank and Trust live first and have been for more than 110 years. One customer, one family, one moment at a time. First International Bank and Trust. Live first.
If your eyes could talk, they'd tell you life is better with LASIK. No more reaching for your glasses. No more dry eye from overwearing your contact lenses. Right now, Bismarck LASIK is offering free consultations for LASIK procedures. Break free from the daily hassles and expenses of glasses and contacts. Life is clearly better. Book your free consultation today with Bismarck LASIK and see the difference. Call 222-2020 or schedule online at bismarcklasik.com.
The 30-inch Galactic Pizza is out of this world. There's nothing like it anywhere else in Minot. Too much to handle? Try one of our famous large specialty pizzas like the Blue Buffalo. Get the best pizza in Minot and play some laser tag. At Planet Pizza, South Broadway, Minot.
Well, it's time for overtime here on the PSP Network. 1 8-minute overtime. Heard the PA announcer just now say that if that's not enough, then we'll go to the shootout, but we'll start with the 8 minutes first. All righty. You're just joining us here on the PSP Network. Again, Minot is in maroon. Davies is in white. Stibbe takes it down to the corner. Takes it underneath the net. Work back away to the far side. Up top, a drive coming. Tipped out in front, knocked down. Comes away to Bradley here. Bradley's got it back underneath his net. Bradley's going to take it from in behind. Stibbe took it away, trying to fire it back out front. Comes back away now to the far side wing and tried to clear the zone of the Magi. Here's a drive that comes in, and the stop is made from Conklin. He'll hang on to it. And Conklin makes another one here with 7:27 left here in the overtime period. Well, you couldn't ask for much more out of a matchup here today on the cross-state matchup with Minot High and Fargo Davies. 13th matchup all time, but it's over. Shot came in from the line, and Easton Rarick
got deflected.
Ends this one with the deflection out in front. 3-2 the final. The Eagles take care of the Magi here today, but what a performance today from Conklin and company. Minot High will take some moral victories out of this one here today as the overtime winner. Comes 37 seconds into the overtime period. We'll wait and see what the official call is on this goal. But it's Davies that wins 3-2 here today. Final shots on goal. Let's listen in.
37 seconds. Straight goal. Goal scored by number 22, Baron Stibbe. The assist to number 20, Easton Herrera. In that even straight goal overtime. Goal 37 seconds into the overtime.
Well, we talked about Stibbe before the contest as somebody that you're going to have to keep an eye on, and he was. He got the game winner here today for the Davies Eagles. Let's go to our post-game show, brought to you by Shots Crossroads and Truck Stop. The Shots Crossroads post-game show comes up next. We'll have our MVP of the contest today as well. And our move of the game brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Final tonight, the Magi fall to the Eagles 3-2 on the First International Bank and Trust scoreboard. It was a good one, however. Let's come back and break it down for you when we come back to Fargo.
Hi, guys. What can I get you guys today? I don't know what to order.
Would you like to hear the story of how I learned what to order?
Whoa! What is that?
That's called a big rig, little lady, and that's the best dead gum meal here at Shots Crossroads.
Don't wait just a gall darn minute, Harry. You know darn well the best thing about Shots is breakfast. A 99 is how it's done.
You mean a 109?
No, I don't.
The real pros know that it starts with dessert. No matter what you get, everything begins with a caramel roll.
Hey, little dude,
Truth is, there's a lot of right answers on this menu. My favorite is the golden crispy chicken strips and crinkle cut fries. Just listen to your heart, and you can't go wrong. Now go make that order, bud. Oh, hey, kid, whatever you do, don't forget the ranch.
So what you're saying is, as long as I follow my heart, I can't make a wrong choice?
No, kid. The point of the story is order whatever you want.
All right. I'll take a big rig, a 99, a 109, an order of chicken strips with crispy fries, and I'd take a karma roll to start with, please. Wait, and don't forget the ranch.
Well, the Davies Eagles improved to 9-1 on the season with the win over the Magi here today on the PSP Network. Minot High on the year, well, they fall back to 500 at 6-6 with the loss here today to Fargo Davies, but a lot of things that the Magi can take out of this as a positive here today, including a point that would have counted if this was a conference matchup. They reach overtime with arguably the best team in the state of North Dakota. It's Nick Hulberg alongside of Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux and Minot High magician forward. Overall, your takeaways on this matchup here today, 3-2's the final. Davies gets the win. It's Stibby in overtime, but your thoughts on how this one went and shook down here this afternoon?
Well, it was a pretty good game. It was entertaining there, aside from some close penalties that probably would like to, get rid of taken. That's good for that's a good boost for them. They know they can play with these teams. You've got to come out and play this way every game. And I think Minot just clean up a few parts of your game, because when you're playing these solid teams out here, there's just not a lot of room for error. I mean, you can see the shots. Those guys are, Davies is a run and gun team. They've got speed, and they're looking for the long passes. They had a lot of 2-on-1s today, a lot of 3-on-2s. So if you're Minot, you shouldn't feel anything bad about that. We just had a couple opportunities late in that third period that could have been 3-2 Minot. And sometimes that's just the way it goes. You get a bad break here. I don't know if it was a bad break. It's just a lack of converting into a goal. But take it away and get ready for the next one on next week. And you got to play consistent and start like we were saying. Start good right from the drop of the puck. Don't get shocked into playing. Can't be down 1-2-0 and say, "Oh, I guess we better pick it up now." You're not going to be able to come back like that every time against teams. Come out hard. It was good. As you see, they answered the bell. Davies had pressure. Then there were swings where Minot took it to him, and we had the pressure. So I think overall, Minot shouldn't feel too bad about that. Come down, long road trip, and do pretty well against Davies. You're right there. So it should be good for Minot, and that'll boost their confidence a lot. Just Minot knows, hey, we've just got to improve on some parts of our game, probably mostly in our own zone, and I think we'll be okay.
Regular season all time against Davies. Coming here to Fargo, Minot has done that 6 times all time. Coming into tonight, they went 0-6 coming into these matchups, and they've been outscored 26-7 in those games over the last 6 times that Minot has traveled here to Fargo Davies. And you look at that, Matt, and you see that overtime's needed here tonight after last year, the last time they matched up was in 2019-2020. 7-1 victory for Davies. The year before, 6-1 victory. The year before that, a 4-1 victory. I mean, there's just been times where Fargo Davies has wiped the floor with the Magi uniform, and today wasn't one of those days. One of the big reasons Noah Conklin was big in this one as well. Let's look at the game reset brought to you by our friends at Clean Tech. Don't forget about 24/7 disaster response and restoration services at Clean Tech. Find them online, cleantechllc.us, coming to the rescue since 1992. The Eagles scored first and they scored last in this one, but it took until 15:53 remaining in the second period for them to net their first one. The goal was scored by number 11, Cam Bollinger, his 15th point of the year. He was assisted on the play by number 9, Hunter Demers. At 15:19, this was only a few seconds later, it was Brock Jones for the Magi that got on the board, his 3rd goal of the year. He was assisted by Reed Cooper and Mac Morelli At 13:10 of the period, that was only about 2 minutes after that. Jones strikes again. This time he's set up by Jaden Luck, and Minot High's got a 2-1 lead. At 7:49 of the period, roughly 6 minutes later, it was Davies that decided to tie it back up. Goal was scored by number 20, Easton Rarick. He was assisted by number 11, Cam Bollinger. 2-point night for Bollinger, not a bad night there. And then we get into the third period, and it's a deadlock. 0-0 after 1, 2-2 after 2, and it's 2-2 after 3. We get into the third, and 37 seconds into the extra session, a shot from the line was tipped out in front, and it's Stibbe that's going to get the credit for the goal. And Barron Stibbe picks up point number 20 on the year in the overtime session. Davies wins this one 3-2. Final shots on goal, 38-17. 35 saves for Noah Conklin, 15 on the other side for Trent Winkim. He had a pretty good contest here today as well. Both goaltenders played good in my mind. Power plays looked like this. There was only 4 total power plays in the hockey game. One was a 5-minute major. Minot High went 0 for 2, including on that 5-minute major. Davies went 1 for 2 on the power play. Was part of the difference maker. That was the game-tying goal back in the second period. And that's where we end tonight with a score of 3-2. Davies takes care of Minot High here on the PSP Network. Going to do a shortened post-game show here tonight so we can get back on the road, back to the Magic City. But we do have a few things left to do, and one of those things is to name our Roger Ward Moving and Storage Move of the Game here tonight. Roger Ward Moving and Storage brings you the move of the game here tonight. Moving across town or across country, Roger Ward Moving and Storage can help you with your moving and storing needs. Find Roger Ward Moving and Storage online, RogerWardMovingandStorage.com. Locations in Minot, Aberdeen, Bismarck, and Fargo. They can help you along the way. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. How about that save in the the third period? Was that the third period? On that 2-on-0, must have been the third. It had to have been the third period.
Yeah, third, yep.
Where Minot High coughed the puck up, and there was a 2-on-0 opportunity where Davies came down on a clear-cut 2-on-0. Nobody from outside the blue line to in. That's how much time Davies had with Conklin all by himself. He sprawled out, made the save, and hung on to it. There's your Roger Ward Moving and Storage move of the game. It's a stop from the goaltender, Noah Conklin, in the second. Time to announce tonight's MVP of the contest. And this MVP brought to you by Sport Clips, where you can get the MVP experience at Sport Clips locations in Minot and in Bismarck. The MVP experience from Sport Clips. Gotta like the way that Bollinger played here today for Davies. He had a 2-point night. Stibbe gets the game winner. Jones has a pair for the Magi. He's in the conversation for sure, but I don't know if anyone in this one can disagree that a 35-save performance tonight from Noah Conklin isn't deserving of our Sport Clips MVP of the contest. Any argument that the goaltender from Minot High is deserving of the MVP award tonight?
No, not at all. He played good today. That's what Minot needed.
There's your MVP of the game. Jordan Willard's on the line right now. We'll talk to the coach real quick, and then we'll make our way back to the Magic City. Coach, first of all, your thoughts on that matchup here tonight. That was quite a matchup here tonight. It takes overtime to decide a winner. Your thoughts on it overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall it's a good game for our team. Not that it matters at the end of the day, but I think the guy running the shot thing was a little off. I think we probably had closer to 21, 22 on net. I think first period we competed really hard. They take that 5-minute major, and I think we kind of relaxed. They kind of took it to us there for a little bit. And then I think there at the end of the game, at the end of the third period there, we had a breakaway, 2-on-1. If we get one of those to bury, we got to lead with a couple minutes to go. So, take away from it is Noah Conklin played a heck of a game. The kid stood on his head, made some real big saves. We competed with a perennial power out east. As a West team that probably won't see another team like that till, state. Hopefully state, it's good for us. So, a lot of good to take away, a lot of things that we can still work on, but that's what we're doing. We're trying to peak in February, and, we're in a good spot.
On to Williston on Tuesday, a team that's kind of been skidding just a bit. What do you expect from the Coyotes? And more importantly, what is there to work on in practice before you head to Williston to take on Junt's crew?
Well, they're the number one team in the West. That's where they were picked. They got the top kid in the region, top forward in the region. it's going to be a battle. We're going to have to show up and play extremely hard. Obviously, going to Williston is different. It's a wider rink, and but they're the teeth. They're the top. So we got to go get them, and looking forward to the matchup.
Is there any sarcasm in your voice? I'm only joking with you, but I picked them number 1. They've been skidding. I don't know if there's any question after what we saw today that Minot High's at the top of that list. I mean, geez, Pete, Magi are looking good. I'm excited to see the rest of this WDA schedule moving down the road. Great job here today, Coach. Thanks again, and great job. Safe travels back to Minot.
No sarcasm at all, Nick. They're there. We got to make sure that we show up in battle.
Love it. Thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you after the broadcast finishes up. We thank you, and again, safe travels. Good job tonight.
Thanks for being here, Nick. We'll talk to you later.
You bet. Bye-bye. That's Jordan Willert, head coach. I only ask the sarcasm question only for the fact that you got a guy that follows the Magi around and does all their games, and I picked him number 4 in the West region. And now they're playing the way that they're playing right now. Is there any doubt in your mind that Minot High isn't at the top of this list?
No, I mean, we still have some big games coming up. I think it's just sometimes I think everybody thought that West was going to be a really anyone's game, but there's been some results that nobody saw coming, and some of those games that Minot maybe would have had different. You wish you could have had maybe got a few more points and a couple of shootout losses, but that's the way it goes. I mean, that's hockey, that's sports, and if you're not ready every time you step foot on the ice, it's probably not going to go your way. You've got to fight through it. You've got to come to play every night. You always tell these guys, be consistent, and that's what all athletes should be, consistent every time you play.
Matty, it was a fun trip. We sure appreciate you joining us here tonight. Fantastic job. Thanks for all your work.
For sure.
That's Matt Morelli joining us here tonight. We thank him for being on the air with us. Big thanks to Jordan Willert for stopping by in between the periods and at the end of the postgame. Brought to you by Shots Crossroads, where team buses are always welcome. Try the famous number 99 at Shots Crossroads. Big thanks to Nate Metcalf and John Grubb as well for being on the air of the pregame show tonight as we talked to them both in the coach's corner. Overtime was needed tonight, and the Davies Eagles prevailed. They take down the Magi in a 3-2 contest in the extra session. Davies moves to 10-1. Minot falls to 6-6 on the year. And the Magi head back west to continue their conference matchups inside of the West region, starting with Williston on Tuesday, a game that we'll have right here on the PSP Network. Hope you fans join us for that one. For Matt Morelli and all the gentlemen listed just a moment ago, we thank you for joining us on the PSP Network. It's a final from the Farmers Union Insurance Center at Shields Arena. Davies takes care of Minot 3-2. Nick Hulberg signing off. Until next time, please have a good night and God bless.
This broadcast presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Shields, Premier Chiropractic, First International Bank and Trust, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, Tires Plus, First Western Bank and Trust, the Minot Hockey Boosters, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, Clean Tech, the UPS Store, Magic City Inspections, Planet Pizza, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Subway, Century Eyewear, Qdoba, North Country Sportswear, Morelli's Distributing, Jersey Mike Subs, Pro Style Production DJ Services, and the Beaupre Law Firm.